So, this is gonna be a bit strange. Just waiting on YouTube itself to catch up. So I can actually mute the volume. How do I sound? Do I sound too loud or not loud enough or whatever? This is the first time I'm streaming on YouTube, so this is kind of new. I think the voice setting I have should be fine. Hello! Hello Bish, hello Wesker. How do I sound? Do I sound too loud or not loud enough? The music is a bit more subdued than usual, but that's because otherwise I'll struggle to hear people. Okay, good. Alright, so this is gonna be a bit strange, but okay. How do I do this? Okay, so there's Suave, there's Tenara, and then there's Happy. Just answering to people in Discord. Hello, Ogie. Oh, Snow Ninetail. This is epic. This is a bit strange. Okay, so... I'll start with Happy. God, this is gonna be a bit strange to work with. Oh, there we go. Hello. Let me just increase the volume for you because I struggle to hear you, and I'm gonna have to rely on chat telling me if it's too loud or not loud enough.
Alright. Sorry, I just had to beat a stage so I can get my screenshot.
That's fine. Alright, so post and show me your post and show me your build text channel the unit in question.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, chat, how does he sound? Does he sound a bit too quiet, or?
That's the build right there.
Let me just also type something in the chat.
And I should explain my build, right?
Just making sure... Okay, yeah, you sound quiet. I'm making sure you sound an appropriate level right now.
Oh, yeah, I have to use my phone for the voice.
Because otherwise it's like, you could explain but no one would understand because you're not loud enough. Try talking now.
Hello?
How does he sound right now? Is he loud enough, or...?
Am I good? Oh.
Actually, you know what? Fuck the music. This is just going to make things a bit too hard. Okay, just say test 1 2 1 2 just to see.
Test 1 2. How do I sound? Hopefully I sound good.
Maybe a bit louder. Okay.
Yeah, I have to use my phone for my mic because my headphones messed up.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like take them to the store to fix them soon, but who knows when soon is.
Hmm, let me just save this. This is a bit awkward because I have to basically save it, put it in a file, and search it in the file on on OBS to actually add it.
And yeah, it takes like a while to set up all that
Yeah. I should be a bit quicker after this one.
because it's the first one, so like you'll figure out how to do it as fast as
Well,
possible.
it's more so the fact that the folder directory is on a different file entirely.
Oh, yikes.
So now I just basically move around, get to the right thing, and there you go. I think your Sakura was the one you used to do, I think, Abyssal Yune in one turn?
I did Infernal because
Oh yeah, okay.
Sakura has 46 attack. She can't do Abyssal.
I can't say I'm too surprised.
Maybe one day, maybe I'll merge her into a plus attack one day just so I can do Abyssal stuff.
Oh, there we go. Alright.
It's the standard Pain Vantage build. Yeah, well this build just kind of like Pain close counter advantage, pretty generic, but I more it's because Sakura is like my favorite character to be honest. So
Brianna Knickerbocker is probably one of my favorite voice actress, to be honest, so I can see why.
yeah, and like I don't know. In Fate, she just destroyed everything, so I feel like it's right to make her try to destroy everything in this game too.
I mean, in
And
general, in Fate, you can make every unit destroy everything. Orochi was my MVP on my Fate playthrough.
yeah, Orochi can destroy everything with like little investment.
I
Sakura, I
was
think,
using lightning and quadding the final boss, killing it in one round on
for
Revelation.
Sakura, it was like my first time playing. I think it was my first. Yeah, it was my first Fire Emblem game that I played all the way to the end,
Hmm.
and she literally like destroyed everything. I think she like two rounded the final boss itself.
Yeah, that sounds
But
about right. I know
I
our
still think
promotion has so much stats for no reason.
yeah, the priestess promotion is just super
Yeah,
powerful.
it's like
Very
6 attack,
versatile.
4
Uses
magic,
magic.
a bunch of bulk and everything. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, there's like no reason to not run it. It gets renewal at like level 5 promoted.
Oh yeah.
So even if you do take damage, you heal back up right away. But
Hmm.
anyways, this one's just kind of like um, deal damage, splash damage, take some damage, and then try to kill everything on the retaliation.
I'd say with
Kind
this
of
set, you could
generic.
also decide to run, first off, no follow up. You could also run Absorb, and with Absorb, you can run Attack Death Bond. It's basically
Well,
it's basically the same set I'm running on Lachesis that allows you to just not die essentially. Pain Plus will be better on obviously PVE map just because they have way too much HP for no reason. But like outside of these, Absorb is really good in PvP.
well, in PvP, I usually she's a healer, she's a support more or less. So I usually
Hmm.
just run dazzling witchy wand just to annoy everything, and like
I'll annoy you
she
so hard you're going to give up.
yeah, and but for PVE, the reason I stopped running absorb is because like she has no attack unless I went plus attack, and if I go plus attack, she dies too fast because of lower defense.
Hmm.
Since
Well,
Gen 1
like I
launch
said,
unit.
Attack Death Bond actually pushes your attack up. Then you have Attack Tactic, that's another 6 attack, that's 57 attack. Then the unit that's basically next to her could also run
Spur attack.
Spur Attack plus Spur Attack again on the seal, or double Spur Attack speed if you feel like that's not enough. It can actually give you plenty of attack to heal yourself back up, and enough speed to make sure you double.
Yeah, but like also because usually when I run her, she's the attack tactic user.
Oh,
So,
okay,
and I haven't gotten Legat in a while because
yeah.
hell would tell.
I only have one attack Death Bond, Jay.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I stick attack Death on literally everything.
Yeah, well, it is one of the best seal of this game, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with attack Death Bond.
Hmm.
But Brazens have been doing me pretty good. What's right now she has 53 attack with a drive, 56. If I ran if I gave her attack tactic, that'd be cool. But also attack ploy helps her a bit because I
Yeah,
was debating running like speed ploy, but I think it's better to run attack ploy since it like lets her have both
well,
defensive ends.
I don't know, actually. I would probably run Rest Ploy instead, if your goal is to kill with Vantage. It would make you a bit more consistent that way. Attack Ploy is better as a support, obviously, so if you're using your Purity for support, well, first off, you're not going to run Brazen to begin with. You're going to
And I'm
just
also not gonna run close count
Vantage.
something that lets her kill at all.
Hmm. So, yeah, but if you're basically trying to use her as a combat unit, Resploy would probably do you better with this set, because it would actually mean that with Vantage you do more damage. You can actually be able to kill the unit that way more consistently.
Yeah, I wish I had more B fodder, but like all the good B skills are brand new.
Yeah.
Other than QR, which I haven't got Spock either. I haven't
Meanwhile,
run any fodder
meanwhile
in
you have
forever.
meanwhile you have skill like Resploy, which are still luck to 5-star.
I think she actually has rest plate. Well, let me check because I gave her like every skill I could.
Yeah, every useful one. I did the same with Lachesis. She has every staff door in her arsenal.
No, I only have attack and death ploy. Isn't speed ploy 5-star too or level 3?
Sias has it.
Yeah, nah, he's already dead then.
Oh, yikes.
I probably yeah, I think I gave speed. Let me check who I gave speed play to. Probably someone like I shouldn't have given it to, but
Hmm. Well, I mean, Speedploy is going to be great only for for assisting your bonus units, so it should be fine.
yeah, but on for arena, I usually give her restore and then tactics because my core is a
Yeah,
tactics
to
main.
get
So,
rid of panic essentially.
hmm
Yeah, that's fair
and
enough.
and then also I haven't really fought many Aversas luckily, so panic hasn't been too much of a problem.
Hmm.
Armors are annoying, but usually with the bonus unit
You just have so
buffs,
much HP, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Like my drug,
and
I think I did a drug run with 65 HP, and it's like, you're not
why do you
panicking
even need that
shit.
much?
Or like my Tiki that has like 65 HP for whatever reason.
Yeah, they don't need any more than
Ooh,
they are.
it's gonna be a difficult week. It's legendary Tiki week.
Oh no.
65 HP, 60 defense. I'm gonna struggle so hard there.
Oh, I real so my Shida and my Claire have speed tactic, which ain't bad units to give it to be honest. They have low
Yeah,
res,
yeah, because of their weapon.
and also Shida usually runs Fury, so the only thing she can't ploy is Arvis with Fury. Yeah.
Oh, you meant on Claire and Sita. I was like, wait, you can't run Fury on Sakura. What the hell are you talking about?
if only you could. Fury absorb OP.
Oh yeah, that would be insane. But yeah,
Hey, damn, I
hmm?
do have Witchy Wand. I could send the Witchy Wand set, but like that's gonna slow things down for other people.
Yeah, I also have Witchy Wand and Mylachesis. I only use that for Rocker Siege. Took me a while to remember the name.
Yeah, well, because usually for arena, I just try to give something whatever as much bulk as I can, because you know everything will one shot if they don't have enough bulk.
Yeah.
So I usually run like bonds, close defense, things like that, and so Which you want helps that because armors will get their specials instantly. I think I had one game where I had to fight Soren who had the Blazing Wind special spiral set.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Well,
Shout out to what you want carrying me for saving me.
I mean, in general, you should be fine unless you wait for too long.
Well, yeah, but like I'm not gonna get my bonus unit DC, so he was
Yeah,
just
that's
easy to
fair
attack
enough.
because it was his armors and he had a dual rally, so he stood behind everyone.
Oh my god, that's obnoxious.
Yeah,
It's
it was.
even worse when you bait him and you're completely safe, but then they just swap in.
Yeah, or like they had repo, so it was even harder to hit him because like
Mm.
I'm not gonna run a cav in a cav bonus unit. I already have Finn who's blowing my score as is.
Yeah. Alright, I think we should move to the next one now, though.
Yeah.
But
Alright. It was cool.
thank you for coming around.
Oh, wait, I completely forgot. She has the fire blessing for Hector because he gets +2
Oh,
attack.
yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that helps a bit. So that's all.
Yep. See ya.
Alright. Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Uh, is there an RNG machine I can have? Come on. Just want to have a random number from 1 to 7. Actually, how about this? No. Name pickers are a nice RNG machine. Name pickers. That don't work. Oh, okay. Okay, winner is 7, so... Thank God that this is a thing that exists. It's gonna be Blitz. Alright, Blitz, can you go in the show me your build waiting room? If you're actually even around. I don't think he is. Oh no, he's here.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, I think you sound good enough. I'm gonna ask on chat though. Does that sound right?
Apologies if the quality's bad.
Your quality's fine.
Freaking still to wake up.
Perhaps louder a bit. Okay. Oh
Try
god, what
again.
what is that
What is
profile
it?
picture?
What? Oh, that's my Melkor. Melkor gift.
Oh my god.
I like it. Don't judge me.
I'll judge the hell out of you.
Well, it's not Melkor, I'm afraid you ask.
Alright, how does he sound now?
Okay.
Just say test 1 2 1 2.
Test thing. Yeah.
Good enough.
Am I really that bad? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Worse?
What?
Just
Can I
going.
like increase my own volume somehow? Maybe? I don't know.
I'm literally increasing your user volume.
is that? I don't know if that worked or anything.
Well, that's fine. It's just like I'm basically increasing the slider of your volume personally, essentially.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. A little better.
Much better. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Right. Right, okay.
Alright, post the build.
Alright, okay. I just supposed to show the build, right?
Yes. And you'll have to explain it afterward.
Okay, so
Just post it in Show Me Your Build text
yeah,
channel.
hold on. Okay. Wait, let me go. Hold on a second.
It's literally just the chat over after Fest
Yeah,
stream.
this is there.
That's the
Yes.
wrong one.
Wait. Wait, what?
I'm just going to do this. This is the chat. This is the channel I was talking about. Because the Show Me
Oh
Your...
shit, sorry. Shit, sorry.
Don't worry.
Oh, dumb.
I'm just going to remove this one. So I can still see people that actually want to come in.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. Show Me Your Build Sakura Edition.
Yeah, it's not a soccer shop.
Yeah, you and me both, Suave. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, didn't I review this in the past?
I don't think. I think it was Healer Soccer, but not Neko.
I remember I reviewed a +5 Sakura at one point. Don't know if it was yours.
I don't think it was main. I don't remember if it was the main Howling Soccer. If it was from before, it was a completely different build.
Oh, that's probably the case. Oh, I guess you're going to be pretty hyped for the banner that's coming, because a lot of really, really good daggers are coming on there.
I don't know, honestly.
The
I
Blizzard
don't
dagger is really fucking good.
I don't know. I don't really remember like any of the. I don't remember that banner because fucking Len.
Yeah, I can agree with that. There was Ursula that had a banner that I think if the enemy had a debuff, you get 5 attack, 5 speed. And
Interesting.
and then you had the other one that was literally Blizzard on a dagger, which is Guntra's Pref. So essentially, whatever debuff you have on the enemy, you can use that as a buff to yourself, kind of like a Blade Tome, but for debuffs.
That's actually really good for my build then. Wow.
Yeah, it's really good for any dagger unit in general.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, you can explain your set also.
Okay, so it's gosh. Okay. I'm sorry in advance for explaining. It can be really bad. Okay, so
It's fine, it's fine. Everyone's nervous.
it's not that I'm nervous. I'm just really bad at explaining crap.
No, that's fine.
So basically, with this build, it's like fuck. Now the word's not coming in properly. Sorry. Right, so for like this build, it's basically enemy phase. In case it wasn't obvious with the A skill. And fuck. With like the ouch pouch is basically the main. It's main 2 to the special, right? So I just thought, well, if I combine that with Iceberg, that's instant Iceberg on enemy phase, unless you know guard is a thing.
Wait, but you get only 2 charge. Do you have something like Legendary Hector around to give you the last charge, or Infantry Pulse?
No, it's
oh wait, no, you
charge,
get hit, and then you get to proc it.
Yeah, and it's like when it hits like 48 res, like enemy phase, that's like wait 40. So wait, Iceberg's minus 50. It's 50%, right? So that's 24.
Yeah, 20 or 24
yeah,
depending
24
on what
damage.
hits you.
Yeah. So it's like, and I just thought, well, if I add chill speed into attack, it'll make it so Sakura doesn't get doubled, and she'll get hit a lot, and the hits won't be like as damaging. You know?
Well, I mean, in general, even if you get double, you can just proc and kill instantly for the first time.
Yeah.
After
True.
that, chill speed can be a bit unreliable because you can maybe chill something that's not the right thing.
Yeah, that is definitely a problem. I was originally running attack ploy, but it wasn't really working out very well.
Honestly, at that point, you'd rather run speed ploy because that would be a bit more consistently helping you. Because lowering damage when you're dealing with a bow unit doesn't matter. You're going to die if you get doubled. That's just how it is.
Yeah, true.
This feels like when people had to explain something in front of the class. I mean,
I just finished school actually, so that's kind of funny.
I am a teacher, so that is kind of, well, ironically true. But I don't really teach stuff like this. I teach kendo, so it's kind of very strange, to say the least.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that.
But yeah, if anything, I would just say maybe run speed ploy and maybe attack ploy on top of it. Chills are they exist, but they are a lot too. They tend to be inconsistent. Is the problem? Because
Yeah,
in a lot of cases, you're going to chill something that is not the unit that's going to attack you. So as a result, you get nothing out of them,
yeah,
right?
that thing is like when I was thinking of this build, I wasn't really thinking very far ahead because I'm an idiot. So at the time I had dual range on Sakura and I didn't think of a replacement. So it was kind of like a panic kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, chills can still work if anything. It's just ploys will be more consistent is the main thing.
Yeah.
Um, as for the B skill, trying to think what could be an ideal one. It's not like having no follow up is going to help you too much.
Not really, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have it Annihilator to kill anyway. I already
Oh,
killed my Annihilator, so.
actually, no see disrupt would be a good one, but
Oh no, no, Flop is it's of Corin, but I don't really kill him because I melted him already.
no follow up is also on Ulm if you want to kill that.
Yeah, I'll kill him any day. Fuck that unit.
Well, I mean, I can agree with that one. But yeah, no see disrupt would probably be your best B skill because that way you can also bait Veronica. You're not completely a sitting duck against her, which would
Yeah,
help you quite a bit.
that's something I have to keep in mind if I pull another Nihilus. Because I already killed my Nihilus with my Milkana.
Oh, right. But yeah, no see disrupt employs would be ideal. Just more consistently helpful for you.
Yeah, no, that's true, yeah.
The rest, I don't really see how it could really improve this. Outside of you could run Barb Shuriken if you have a unit with the new infantry spur skill. Because if you
Infantry Breath?
sorry, what? Yeah, infantry
Infantry
breath.
Breath?
Yeah, I think that's how it's called. Because that way you get 2 charge. It works on ranged unit. That's the main thing. So since you have a
Yeah.
since you have a 2 charge cooldown skill because of Barb Shuriken, you get hit, you proc. You get hit, you proc. So you can do that more consistently than just once at the fucking start and nowhere else. You just get to do that every time, which really is helpful because as a result you can just take a hit, then have an extra 24 damage on top of your 50 attack, and typically if it's a mage it's going to just instantly explode. If it's Veronica and you have no see disrupt, that's also going to explode.
Yeah, I just finished my Kaze recently, so I could actually kill a Kaze for Rob Shuriken now, so. That's good.
Oh, I mean, at least you have this as an option now.
Yeah, it's something, I guess.
But yeah, other than this, I don't think I can really say anything that could really improve yourself.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna move to someone else.
Alright, okay. Alright, thanks.
Anytime.
Catch you later.
Catch you later. Hope that was helpful.
Yeah, it was. Thanks. Again. I'm awkward. Sorry. I'm really sorry. It's not
No
really good.
worries. I've had people that were more awkward than you in class.
I don't know how that's possible. I'm the most awkward person in the world. I'm gonna. I need to go anyway. I'm keeping this queue up. Sorry.
Alright, see ya.
See,
Alright, so this time the number is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Bish. Come on out, Bish! Well, there's not really a queue, Joey. It's just that there's 6 people. I'm going to do at least 6. Infantry breath is broken, confirm. I probably need to have a way to add YouTube chat at one point. Actually, no, that's fine. There's chat replay, though. I don't know, I'll probably add this to the left on the next stream. Bish, do you want to go in the chat as well? Or what? You type very fast, Jay. I'm just used to it. If you want me to add you in the stream, I need you to go in the Show Me Your Build waiting room. Otherwise, we can just, you know, you can just write and I'm going to say, what do you say? Up to you. Oh, well. I see you now. Hello.
I didn't know. Hello.
Hello.
I didn't know I had to go to the waiting room. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a new system, so I can imagine people being a bit confused.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just get that Hellbindy boy.
Yeah, no, it's Sakura. It's definitely Sakura.
Oh yes, of course. How could I have been so foolish?
I mean, yeah, it's a common misconception because she's done and she asked Steffi to train her, and she became really buff, you know.
And she turns black.
Yeah, because it's a summer house. It's a summer house. It's a hidden card of the upcoming banner. I have it in preview because my father is Mr. Nintendo. So yeah.
Oh, but of course.
Of course.
How could I have been so foolish?
Yeah, you know, I try to keep it secret. So yeah. So just a little thing before. Steady Stance 4 is supposed to be bonus doubler, but you know I don't have it, so.
I mean, Steady Stance 4 is better overall. Bonus,
Yeah, but
like bonus doubler gives you that big dick energy and stats, of course, but you also just get procced on and die like a bitch. So
yeah, of course, that's the problem. But you know, I have to do some training. You know, I have at least 5 builds for LBNG anyway.
if anything, it's like the only thing I would change is probably Warning Stance 4 instead of Steady Stance 4.
Yeah, but I need the second Berkut. I already gave it to other LBNG, you know. So,
Well, I mean, some sacrifices to be done.
yeah, I like Berkut, but you know, I wouldn't have used Berkut. I know I will use LBNG, so you know.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a decently strong accent. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand what he's saying because I'm Canadian French. I know how French sounds. I know how.
Well, if you want, I can talk with an even bigger accent.
Oh my god. I know how French accent is because people around me just cannot suppress their accent whatsoever, and it's a lot worse than Bish. I can tell you that.
I do my best to have at least a decent pronunciation. I know I have a French accent, but you know, I try to not be like this dude in Ubisoft. If you watch history, who really take like that, you know.
Oh
Every
boy.
year I just wait for the Ubisoft conference just for that.
Oh my god, that's no. The worst part is when you have like French people that says beautiful, but instead of saying beautiful, they go beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And
Oh my god,
but
just.
also, and there is another thing that's a little bit on the inferior side. Can I have?
Oh my god.
Where is the H?
Well, yeah, that's a problem in French in general. If you're
Yeah.
French, you will fail to pronounce H because H is a silent letter in French. It does
Yeah,
absolutely nothing unless it's next to a C or an A or an S.
yeah, and at least, at most, I mean, you suppress a phonema, you don't add one. So you know, like hedgehog in French is un hérisson.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Learn French with Bishner in a Chamir Bill stream. Yeah.
But yeah, if you're going to be using bonus doubler on him, you'll have to drop even res way for quick repose so you can run guard
Yeah.
as a B skill.
Yeah. But you know, the point was to have the big bulk.
The ideal thing about steady stance, however, is or warding stance in the other case is the fact that it doesn't have an HP threshold on guard, which
Yeah.
means you're always going to be able to at least just lift people unless they have bolt fighter and go on you like multiple times.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's the thing. And by the way, I was building my other LBD, just
Hmm.
a little side note, and I saw you suggested Ignis with slaying it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't bonfire be better since you know you get hit, you hit, you get hit, you proc. You know,
I mean, yeah, you get to proc twice.
I mean, or the opposite. I mean, the opposite. I mean, you suggested bonfire, and I put Ignis to do like that, but with 80%.
Well, steady breath with Ignis can allow you to just get hit back and proc.
Yeah, but I think you put bonfire. I mean, 'cause I have Ignis, so yeah. I saw a little
Oh,
thing.
I think the steady breath with Bonfire was just because since he's so slow, you get hit, you
He's
proc, you get hit again, you proc again. So
yeah,
you
he's
proc
slow.
Bonfire twice in a fight, so it's like, might as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, true.
2 Bonfire is better than 1 Ignis.
Yeah, that's true, because it's 100% of death overall. And it's pretty sick.
Beautiful, I like this accent.
Yeah, beautiful. Ooh,
Oh my god.
Rrrr.
No!
Too late!
Next he's going to just sing the one about, the one song about sleeping with people. That's a French song for whatever reason. I hate it.
Yeah, I see which one you mean. I can sing it if you want, but
No, I'll pass. Hard pass.
But yeah, I have other builds that you have for LBD, but this one is closer to be finished. Because there is also the classic distance guard quick riposte, you know.
Hmm.
So that's many variants of the same idea.
Yeah, I
Yes,
can imagine.
French is the language of love. You hear it right now. You go to North France or South France, and you will eat that statement faster than I drink Coke or something. I don't know.
Oh god.
Because we have some accents that would, I mean, even the world's biggest rapist would be turned off by these accents.
Oh
So,
no.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was a joke I was not expecting to hear. Oh
Too late.
god.
Too late.
Hard pass 3.
Yeah. I should. Yeah, I will do a path 3 build just for me. I will do that, guys. So I
But
can
yeah.
use it as a meme when you say something. I hard pass.
I can imagine steady stance to be the ideal move to run for arena, but everywhere else you'll want warding stance instead.
Yeah.
Gives you overall
I mean-
better bulk.
And in arena, technically, since it's base and Bindi, maybe I can even use his green jewel, which you should only use on Hellbindi because he's good and he shouldn't be sacrificed. Fuck.
No, oh, duel? Fuck no. It's useless on him.
It is useless.
Because at the end of the day, like, I hate I hate how people just keep doing this. But they take a 165 BST unit and they're like, I'm gonna put a dual skill on them. That's not even, like, that's off of a merge worth of score increase.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, he's not a dancer.
Like,
He's a Kazura.
it makes sense on a dancer because dancers don't have much BST to begin with, so it helps. Like for stuff
Yeah.
like Ninian, like a Bright Ninian has like
Yeah.
150 BS, no, 140 BST actually. So having Blue Dual Flyer is like an extra 3 merge worth of BST.
Yeah.
So it's helpful there. But then when it's a unit that's at 165, it's like, dude, you might
Like.
as well run something like Fortress Def Res, Decent Encounter, or anything that actually helps you.
Yeah. And yeah. I was about to ghost trap.
Didn't even realize French people had trouble with pronouncing H. I mean, it's something I have to explain because a lot of people don't seem to actually realize this.
Yeah, like there is a girl at
Like,
Maroc who's really cringy.
the worst thing for me is when I try to say Hannah and Anna because they sound the fucking same in French.
Yeah, it's Anna.
Which is
But
fun. Which is funny because Hannah's name is not actually her name in
yeah, it's
Japanese.
Kazahana. It's Kazahana.
Yeah, it's Kazahana, which sounds so much cooler in general. But
Yeah. But okay, I just answer something for Kate. Like I was at work last week, and a girl just asked someone in English in the text, "Can I have your card, please?" Like this with an inconsistent accent at all. You
oh,
know. So yeah, yeah. Can I have? Yeah.
mm.
So yeah, the age is a really problem.
It's a real problem in general for French people.
Yeah. I
But
try my best.
I,
But...
I think we should move on to someone else. This is going
yeah,
to be
because
like a 2 hour stream with 8 people.
yeah, yeah. 2 hours stream just talking about French. Yeah, so have fun, people, and hope you got some stuff. I got as well, and yeah. I mean, see you next time, Jay. Like, because we don't talk daily or anything, you know.
Yeah,
So.
no. I don't talk with people in general daily nowadays.
Nah, but I mean, since you're on the server, we talk daily. That was a joke. I mean, you're on your own server. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
So, shockers. So yeah, I'll take my leave and have fun, everyone. And it was a cool time. And yeah.
Alright. Let me just, So, Redditor, if you want to participate, I'm going to just, well, might as well just do this. Just basically just read what I posted in Show Me Your Build, and write the emote in question, and I'll just pick after people have put the emote down. I'm just going to run a random name picker generator. And then after this, well, if you're selected, you'll have to go into Show Me Your Build waiting room, and then I'll add you to the chat I'm in currently. God damn it, I need to find something. Oh god damn it! I can't find it. There was an image of actually Hell Bindi, but with Sakura's head, with white skin. Yeah, I just basically just run an RNG machine. I just count how many there is, run an RNG machine, and whatever number comes out is the one I'm picking. I'm going to delete the character itself because I want to see, like, if you're picked, you're going to be posting the character in a different channel anyway, so don't worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay. Wait, shit, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so Narforaon. So, wait. Making sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. The result is 3. Well, that's Tactician Magician. Come on out, boy! Yes?
Oh my gosh, it's actually working.
What? What happened?
So, you know how phones have permissions?
Oh, you are fucking kidding me. So the only reason why it wasn't working is because you did not
Well,
give
only on
your.
the phone one.
Oh
Only
my
on the phone.
god. Oh
I
my
have
god.
no idea what happened with this laptop.
I mean, we can understand each other, and it sounds like you're actually sounding fine. So,
This is my phone mic, so it's all I got.
I mean, it works. Just try not to breathe too heavily on it, and you should be just fine.
Well, it should be fine.
All right. Well, I'll let you go talking about your build now, since we can actually
It would
speak.
be so ironic if my unit was Arthur, and he's known for having bad luck.
Thinking emoji. We get this eloquent accent, then you get mine. This shows the accent range in our tiny island.
Oh man.
Well, seems like you have a few adoring fans.
I think it's more relief.
Yeah? Yeah, relief sounds about right.
But yes, now we can do this.
Yes, we can. With own attack 3.
Hey, look, I ran out of drive speeds.
You're
Look,
fine.
Arthur's not exactly my priority right now.
Nah, it is, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
It's a higher priority than Grima for sure.
Look, steady posture's a good skill. It just, you know.
Steady posture in general is a good skill, just not for every unit.
I mean, you know, you got some that use it really well, like Grima, and then, you know, it just depends.
This Arthur with something like attack speed bond and no follow-up would probably do just fine as well.
Yes, yeah, I was thinking no follow-up because...
Because at that point you can just basically face tank Zelgus and kill him anyway.
Just imagine Arthur's face doing that. Zelgius is all like, you know how he is.
One will live, one will... Wait, I can't spec, why? My Bullfighter is defective, no!
I have lived a long life and have experienced much, but this...
This is new.
Never fear, Arthur is here!
You'd be sitting with like attack tactic with like 64 attack. That's what, like 96 minus 16. Wait, no. 64. 51. You'd have 76 attack against Zelgus. It'd actually be able to kill.
You see, Arthur only requires 10 merges and an optimal set to be
decent.
Yes. Look, you got Raven, right? And Yulga, Raven, Bart, Trey, Hellbindy. But right, if you don't have any of those, you know, there is use.
Kind of.
You can't rely on everything, Jay. Like, you might not have all of these units, okay?
I just love
I'm not
that.
spending 2,700 grails for a budget Arthur, alright? I need the real deal.
I just love how it's like. Just.
What else am I supposed to say?
No, you're fine. He's doing fine. It just you do need to have like attack and speed tactic with this to really work.
Yeah, I do have like life and death on him and stuff, but he's mostly just leftover fodder.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to see if I can make him work in some way other than just being Slayer of Armors that are blue. But yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, no follow-up and speed buff on top of steady posture will do you just fine against armored units. If you want to use him for something else, laying hammer would be better because Luna. So if you have something like, say, no follow-up, and you have 46 speed and you double, well, you get hit, you hit back, then you proc Luna.
That would work quite well, actually, yeah.
Or Dragonfire. Oh, Dragonfire? What the hell am I saying? Draconicora.
Yes.
Or Bonfire, actually, since if you have Death Tactic, which you should have if you have Attack and Speed Tactic, you'd be at like 44 defense. That's 22 damage with Bonfire.
That's quite a bit, actually, yeah. That'd be quite good.
So yeah, attack speed bond in general would be the better option here.
That gives it a use, actually, because it's not really an easy seal to use.
Mm-hmm. It's really the type of seal that requires you to have no follow-up to really work.
Yeah, they synergize quite well.
Mm-hmm. It just, no follow-up is not very available. I mean, you can kill Olm for it.
I would happily, you know.
She actually suggesting attack speed bond, what? Hey, I mean, sometimes it works, okay? It just works.
And, you know, when you have one of the best units in the game, you don't need the bulk. I sense doubt in your voice, Jay. Are you saying Arthur's not a man of culture?
He's a man of bad luck.
Well, I only wasted 20 minutes. I mean,
I'm surprised Elise did not get killed by his bad luck, to be honest.
Well, did you play Birthright?
I mean, fair point, fair enough.
She did exactly what Arthur would do. Fall over, and then...
Fall over and die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speed res bond is actually not that bad here either.
Man, that's another seal no one's using.
Yeah, 39 res with 40 defense with steady posture, that's 44-39.
Mixed bulk.
Mm-hmm.
Even needs Yoga at that point.
I mean, it's more like Libra that's the problem, because Libra literally is just a better Arthur. If I'm being honest, stat-wise anyway.
Well, you know, with Libra you have to inherit the HP plus 5.
Oh no, not the HP plus 5. Oh,
You
everything
save
but
yourself
that.
a hassle there, Jay. That's like 2,000 feathers right there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he gets it 3-star. But, you know, that's not the point. I mean, even if you could inherit HP plus 5.
Don't worry, you can
But
also
you
inherit Lensbreaker 2.
Yeah. If you use a 3-star Arthur first, right, you might be able to fit an Emerald Axe as well.
Oh my god.
What, that would help Libra take down, like, you know, Tiki, right?
I feel like that would fail to kill in one round. Tiki is about just as quick as Libra is, so...
You see, this is what steady posture is for, Jay. And also Arthur, because he's fast enough for it.
Yes, but of course.
I mean, yeah, he needs the hammer, but still, he can one-round Tiki easy.
I don't know about one-rounding unless he has, like, slaying Emerald Hammer.
Look, I took down an Effie the other day, and all I needed was Lensbreaker 3. Okay? Lance Breaker 3 broke through the Wary Fighter, which allowed me to hit twice.
Oh
It
my.
got me the kill, Jay. It was really good. It was Arena Assault level 1, and he was on his own, but it was all good.
I just imagine going in an arena assault for a match that's like 650, and you're like, yeah, I killed Effie in it. It's like,
I mean, Solo Infernal You, right, was very impressive by Sakura.
I just
But, you know,
imagine, I just imagine a
Arthur could
grandmother
do
being
normal.
like, I'm proud of you, son. Have fun with your Arthur.
There's a reason why we don't hear from his parents. It's because they wanted to forget him.
They disowned him for liking Arthur.
That's a face only a mum would like. Oh wait, no. Oh no.
Oh.
Arthur's a great guy. He's one of a kind. You call him a trope, but I don't think anyone could come close.
I don't think he's a trope. I mean,
Stereotype, maybe.
no, not even. Well, unless you mean the superhero part. I was thinking the ultra bad luck part, and I'm like, that's not really a stereotype, is it?
I mean, he helped out a lot in your Fates run.
Yes, being benched immediately and just letting him die the second he joins. What a great
You kept the
character.
bench warm.
Ah, yes, of course, just like Alphonse Kappa be. Until
Well, you would say Kappa, but it's not. It isn't a lie, is it?
well, not it is a lie now.
I mean, mine's a 4-star, but you know.
Mine is a 3-star.
Oh, and I thought I benched him harder.
I'm surprised I even
But you want
3-starred
that
him at one
triangle
point.
adept, you know, refine.
Oh,
I thought that was optimal, right?
yeah, I can't wait
I think Ira's
to
been
get a.
power crept now.
I can't wait to get a 1-star version of Alphonse, so I can fuse a 5-star down into him, so he can have Volkswagen at 1 star.
No, you thought Ira was good. Man.
Oh boy. Anyway, I think we are going to move to someone else.
Yeah, I don't want to take up too much
Yeah.
of the time.
Like I said, attack speed bond is the main thing with no follow-up if you really want to make him work.
Yes. That's definitely what I'll do, I think.
Also,
Get a hound to kill.
Also, if you have a buff in speed, you can actually drop the speed refine for a res refine, so you have 44 def, 43 res, and on top of that, that's 32 res, so you can maybe use ploys in some cases depending on the mode you're playing.
Ploy Arthur, oh my gosh, yes. Then I could put 10 dragon flowers on him, right?
Oh, yes, of
and
course.
And summoner support too? Oh my gosh, you better watch out on this next...
The funny part,
right? He'll be done.
The funny part is that you could actually play reliably with 10 dragon flowers and summoner support because you'd have 36 res.
Oh, Jay, this is what I've been looking for. A purpose.
A purpose.
One of these days, Jay, he'll get his Emerald Axe refined, right? With like spur attack, and it's going to be the best thing.
Fucking spur attack, man! You're
even better. If he gets hone attack refined, I can swap out my CC.
that is depressing.
Double hones.
Oh.
Triple hones with a seal. Now there we go. Buffer Arthur.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to run own attack weapon with own attack C skill and own attack S skill. Yes.
Plus 12 attack.
Yes, because of course it stacks.
Yes, it does. Bonus tripler, right?
What is this game press tip?
Game press is Galaxy Brain.
Anyway. Let me pick someone else.
Alright then. Thanks for letting me join on this, Jay.
Anytime.
Speak to you soon.
See ya.
See ya.
Alright, let me see who else I'm going to pick for Show Me Your Build. Well, seems like Linico also is joining, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Wait, where's my... Oh, there it is. And the winner is 2. And that's Suave. Come on out, boy! Joey has literally not even said that he was ready for 1. So, can't really pick him. At least I don't think he did. No, he didn't.
There we go.
Oh, hello. I was like, wait, I had to move you myself. Why are you here? I forgot. Also, Jesus, that echo.
I think I turned it off.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, okay, it seems like it works. Well, I can still hear it, but very faintly.
Well, I have the YouTube muted, so I'm not sure. You must have heard my room.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, echo as in, like, if I speak loud, it echoes into the phone so I can hear myself.
Oh, that. I can't really do anything about that.
I mean, well, it's fine. I'm just going to lower a bit your volume since your voice is loud enough for me to understand.
Excellent.
Okay. Actually, well, how does he sound in on YouTube, guys? Just want to make sure. Also, yeah, let me just grab that unit quickly.
I went with an old favorite.
Sorry, what?
I went with Old Reliable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the delay. Oh my.
He sounds fine. Okay, good.
Oh, hey, look, it's Old Reliable. I must say it again.
How many builds will you cover today? I think I'm gonna do 12 like I typically do. And, yeah, just 12. Here's a gem key emote. Where? We're in the right chat? Because... I'm pretty sure you didn't. Oh, no, you did. I'm blind. Never mind. Ignore my stupidity. So, yeah, your set. Your set is basically just good old Gale Force, I guess?
Yeah, it's good old Gale Force. It's more designed to be used in any sort of team because I have Speed 4 instead of like a Hone or a Goad.
It also has Swiss Sparrow 3 to make sure that he also works regardless of if he has a speed buff or not. And speed play helps too.
Yeah, but you know, I saw Swiss Sparrow 3 and I went, there's one thing I must do.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those units that can really use it. There's one thing also I can say, and that's Mystic Boost instead of Desperation.
Oh, you think I have that?
Well, I'm just saying, beside this month we're getting Air and Alm on the same banner, so...
Yeah, I thought about it, and then I did the Kane set.
Because Desperation is nice, but the problem is, once you're in Desperation range, you get 4 charge instead of 5, so... that can backfire to you.
Yeah. That's true.
Other than that, this looks fine. Like, it's really hard to fuck up a Gale Force set, to be honest.
I mean, there's not much to say. You used it like 4 different times.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, Mystic Boost is like the main thing I can really say. The rest is like,
yeah.
well, I mean, it's a build.
There's not much to say else.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're in a horse team, like if you're setting yourself up for a horse team, you can actually switch Swift Sparrow out for a sturdy blow, but then again, you don't really have impact, which, yay! I'm a horse unit and I have no options.
Just give him Death Blow forward, hit, what is it? 18 attack extra.
Oh yeah, Devlo 4 does work. Oh yeah, speaking of, actually, I forgot that he has Swift Sparrow in his weapon, so 49 speed. That's a bit much, if I'm being honest.
Look, Jay, I need to hit 50 speed if I try hard enough.
Well, I mean, you're at 49, so close enough.
Maybe if I get a chill or a smoke off, I'll hit it.
I mean, you have a ploy. I love how you listed everything but the ploy.
We don't talk about that. We also don't talk about the legendary Lucina.
Yeah, it's just a detail after all.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, like, that's 55 speed with just own cavalry. 60 speed with speed ploy.
That's not fast enough. I need to be able to double long coup. I need the double long coup, Jay.
I think you're already doubling long coup.
Excellent. I got this.
I think Ira can hit more. I mean, if you run double brazen attack speed, you hit like 61 with speed plus. Oh, whole one more point.
I can't wait to run brazen attack speed 7 on him.
Oh my god, I forgot that's a goddamn thing. Oh, what a dumb skill!
Actually, I'll put it on Alm. There we go.
Yay! Can't wait for him to die before he gets to the brazen range. So, alright. I think we should move on, because otherwise I'm going to be here forever.
We just need to do a nice quick one.
Yep.
Oh,
But
that was good. Thanks.
But thank you for coming around.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, let me just reset. Um, Show me your build. Alright, if you want to join, post delete this basically in Discord. The one Jimkey emote I have. It's like it's probably the fastest unit now. I mean, our weapon does give 11 speed for no reason. Oh, wait. I'm surprised people didn't know I had a YouTube channel. Just waiting for people to pile in. Ogie's probably going to post this 80 speed Celica for some reason. One, two, three, four, five, six. Seven. I'm new to the Discord group. Oh, fair enough. That's fine. Oh, yeah, I think you were someone that joined Discord on my streaming week, if memory serves right. You heard that? 80 speed to beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus Christ, the number never goes down. Okay, I think I've waited long enough. Flashing blade much. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's 8. Alright, Iroh, come in here. Going to move back to the After Fest stream so I can move people in manually instead. Sounds reasonable. Iroh, are you around? If you're here, go in the Show Me Your Build waiting room. How many speed do you want on your new unit? 180. I mean, my main build has one expensive skill in it. The fact that it's expensive or not doesn't matter. A lot of units don't really need expensive skill to really work decently. And there's someone named Ira in Discord? Is there? Well, I think Hyro's not here, so I'm going to re-roll. And I re-roll on Hyro again. But Hyro's not here, so... Oh, Hyro for Hyro. My accent might do this sometimes. Sorry. 7. Okay, so who's 7? Well, that's Linico. Let's get the speedmeme.exe dude in there. I'm just waiting on getting someone in there. I was waiting on someone in particular to get in the chat, so I could add them to the chat where I can speak to them, but they never came in there, so I couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, I was in a different chat box, that's why. Linico, you're around? Oh, so you're going to just go in text? Actually, I should just type this. I use my Discord to basically select who it is that I'm actually going to be reviewing the set of. So... Oh, god damn it. Let me just edit that picture real quick. So I don't have the trails at the top and bottom. Oh, of course it's life and of course it is. July 2019. Okay. I know this is a bit annoying to have to wade through characters to characters, so sorry about this. But I can't really make it any quicker, so... At least if I want to do it live. Move to... Hello.
Jay?
Yes.
Nope, yeah, that's you.
It is I, the J. Yes.
Okay, so you guys already know full well how I work.
Yes. But of course... Gotta hit that 40 speed on an armored unit that has no speed to begin with. Of course.
Right?
What is more normal than this? Only what, like 26 base speed?
20. Oh, that's true. 26 space speed. I haven't seen that. I haven't taken the speed refine off her. That I forgot what her normal speed is.
It's 26.
Oh man. It's plus 8 speed. Man.
Yes, that is the power of life and death and a speed refine. Yes, yes. She's got a double long crew. I mean, if she's on enemy phase with quick repose or vengeful fighter, she
Which
gets
she
to
does
that.
have.
She gets to that point. Anyway, explain your set in quotation.
Okay. So I think it was way back when you first did the review for this banner, but I noticed that she has 180 DSD and she had a ton of defense and res. I just decided to put it somewhere else because I had the wacky idea in my mind that she can run life and death, and her native glittering breath will just cover the recoil she takes from it.
Yeah, that definitely does work pretty well. I don't know about doing that on Fab, but I mean...
To be fair, she's actually the first unit I ever just dumped a bunch of speed into. So this is like baby level for me.
The irony is because you're an armored unit, attack speed bond might do just the same, but with more bulk.
Exactly. I wish I had a unit who had tech speed bond. But
I mean, Louise is free.
Oh right, I forget about her.
She does have it at 5-star.
Yeah, okay.
The one thing that's a
good
bit
idea.
The one thing that's a bit awkward though is the fact that you won't be able to initiate and get that speed too consistently unless you have another armored unit that's always with her that you can just swap the unit. Like say the unit is 1 square away from you, you can just take the other armored unit to swap her in while you have a unit still next to you. It'd be right next to the enemy, so your bond would work. So you can also replace Darting Blow for attack speed bond, which would be, well, 45 speed with a buff in speed of +6. And you'd have an extra 16 attack, 10 attack from double attack speed bond, and 6 attack from attack tactic. That's 67 attack with 45 speed, and 36 def, and 41 res, and then some more defense and res because glittering breath. I think you get the idea.
Yeah. if I got a plus speed version of her, I intend to do that set. I'm just not big on using bond skills because it's not gonna work out too well if I need her to initiate.
Like I said, if you use a unit that has swap, and your enemy is only 1 square away, you can just swap with your armored unit, so Fa is in front of the unit and you have your unit behind Fa.
Right,
So it
right.
works really well for a melee range unit. Against mages, it's a bit less consistent, however, but then again, you can just move the other unit in front of Fa and then attack with Fa.
Hmm. And she does have lightning breath now, though. Actually, you did use her before, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, you
For
did, didn't you?
a rival domains, I think.
Yeah.
Don't do it. That makes, as he said, no killing a Louis.
I'm sorry, Ezzy, but if I get a plus speed Fae come December, that's exactly what's going to happen.
I mean, you have 2 copies, so you can keep one and kill the other.
Right, right. Except I have a Pent. It's gonna feel bad if he has one less Louise.
I just imagine one Pent surrounded by like 15 Elise, not Elise, but whichever.
You did mention that when I first showed you this, you did criticize me because of how unorthodox this build is, but then, if I recall, you did see the potential of a plus speed Fae, and you even said you wanted to build one yourself, right?
More or less. I'm not sure anymore. The reason why I was thinking of building one myself was because I had 5 copies of her. You know, despite aiming for colorless.
Luck of
Fucking
the
hell.
draw.
And it's like, well, there's no colorless. I guess I'll summon green. Ah, fuck, it's Fa again. Every time. Because I was like, well, I mean, if I get Hector, it's still a win, essentially.
Right. And I did test her out. Actually, I used her to beat the Duma map. She
Oh.
actually held down the whole line of reinforcements that formed around Duma. She actually held off the entire line with this set, which was hilarious. So it does work.
I suppose so.
Too fast to get doubled, yet fast enough to double the other enemies. Of course, she had darting stance.
You know, ideally, if the other unit is an armored unit would say a sword, and you give it Kadomatsu with Spur Def Rest 2 twice.
Ooh.
That's like 8 def, 8 res on top of Glittering Breath. That's 10 def, 10 res. And since you're removing life and death, that's 15 def, 15 res. And then on top of it, with support, that's 17 def, 17 res. Double attack speed bond, that's 10 attack speed. Plus another 2 attack speed, because, again, support. Yeah, I think that could work. That could make your speed fairly reliable, but also make your bulk a lot better, because that's your main issue here.
True. I mean, she did die against Silas.
That's depressing to hear.
I blame armor effectiveness for that one, not the defense that she has.
I mean, even there. I remember using her, I think, last week for, or yesterday for. Was it yesterday? I think it
That
was.
was my Brave Sword armored I can use.
Oh, okay, no, so it was a few other weeks. I remember just auto battling and your Fa was dying on normal.
No, it wasn't normal. It was lunatic. It was lunatic.
I think it also died on normal.
No, she survived. It was someone else's unit. I think it was a Myrrh.
That would be hilarious, but I don't think so.
Oh man, I hope I'm right.
I remember just Silas smashed her, and yeah,
It
that.
was so sad.
Gotta play Despacito now.
Let's see. Was there anything else? course, if she does have Vengeful Fighter, I do use that in AR. And she has Attack Boy, actually. She uses it with Life and that's so. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. So, yeah, that's just about everything. Is there anything you wanted to make note of?
No, I think I've said my piece.
Okay. Thanks, Jay.
Anytime.
No, I'm going to sing.
What? No.
No.
No. None of that.
It's-
Shame on you,
funny.
Lamb.
It's funny because I actually do sing,
Oh no.
but I'm not going to.
But
Just like what Azura would say when she levels up.
That's not even one of her quote in the English version. Then
It
again,
is one of the quotes in English.
well, in the English, yes. In the Japanese, no.
Oh, right.
Is what I meant. Like the translated version. It's a bit strange. Just like my Azura hitting 15 death was strange. Naturally, too.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that Orochi just one-rounded the final boss.
I mean, I guess that's what it is. She's a sleeper hit. But yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime.
Mhm.
Hope this was helpful.
And hopefully next time I can showcase to you one of my more also capable speed units.
Oh my god. Can't wait to see the more life and death massacre.
Oh, maybe I should show my Winter Sicilian next time.
Oh my god, no. I remember how you absolutely butchered her. I don't like it.
It works. Requires a lot of support, but it works.
It just works. Thank you, Todd Howard. But yeah, I'm gonna move to someone else now.
Back to chat I go.
See ya. Oh geez. Okay, so how many people are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 9.
Wait. I can still hear you, Jay.
Yeah, because you haven't left.
How do I leave?
You see the voice connected at the bottom of the chat? Well, I think he found it. Alright, let me just roll the dice. The result is 3. Let's see who this is. Lamb, it's your turn, boy. Rico, it just sounds like someone punched Fi in the gut or something. Silas smashed who now? Sorry, legend. Yesterday I was not in a good mood, I can tell you that much. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hey there.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm tough and I fucked it up.
I'm tough and you're toast.
Yes.
going to make Celica the
You're
fastest
not
unit in.
romance.
Yes. Post your unit in the Show Me Your Build text channel also.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Sounds good.
Do I sound good?
I think so.
Okay.
So, Chad, how does it sound like? That was my
Check.
intro, goddammit. Oh, hey. I think you're gonna be good friend with Jeff.
Me?
Yes,
With who?
Jeff. He was the one that submitted Sizo last month.
Oh, I didn't see. Well, there's my sauce.
My name Jeff. Sounds fine. Okay, good. Another Frenchie? I don't think he's French.
I'm
Me.
not French.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you don't have an accent.
I do feel flattered by you thinking that I'm French.
Oh, jeez. This screenshot was small in comparison to the other one.
The problem is that I have been using the light version of Faye.
Oh, it's fine. I can just stretch it at the touch of a button. I just do like Control F and it does it
Oh.
on its own.
Ooh, that's not good to look at.
It looks
Well,
fine.
yeah, whatever.
Oh, Jesus, his hair.
Oh, it's funny. He looks like a chicken.
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of funny though. Saizo used to be my least favorite ninja of the bunch, and then I played the translated version and found out that he was actually my favorite of the bunch. It's
Nice.
just that he was heavily censored on literally every single support he has. Because this dude actually acts like a savage to people.
Nice. I still need to play Fates properly translated.
I have the link on for the
No,
CIA on my Discord.
I have the SIA.
Oh,
Just
well.
I haven't done it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do prefer him over everyone else.
Saizo and
Yes, they
Baruka's supports feels very natural, honestly, and it's actually really, really good. In the English version, they completely scrapped that. Because it
Yeah.
talks about assassins, about how they kill their target, and how they feel about murder, and apparently that's too much for the Western audience. I hate it.
Stupid Americans can't handle
Yeah, basically.
assassination,
Can't
but they can handle being shot at your own school.
apparently, fucking hell.
Okay, well, the main idea of this ISO is that he's just an arena cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to start there to apply -6 to every single unit on the team,
Mm-hmm.
well, of the enemy team. And the problem I have right now is, other than Harsh Command not being plus and Bonfire not being either, is that I don't know what B and C skill to give him.
Well, I'm going to give you the same advice I gave to Jeff last month for the B skill, because he had this very same issue as you. You want to run Water Sweep. Because
Okay.
if you're dealing with dragons, that way you completely negate DC, and you can actually inflict debuffs completely free as a result. Which also means attack res bond becomes useless, because, well, I mean, if you don't get hit, who cares? So if you have something like attack speed bond to make it more consistent, or even better, phantom speed, it's better overall, because it just basically allows you to just spread that -6 to all stats for free. As long as your enemy doesn't have over 45 speed.
I'm gonna have problems with that. Elliewood.
Oh yeah.
The one
Well,
before.
to be fair, it would still work, because
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
his speed is in combat, and only if he initiates on you. Your defense is
Yeah.
already fine, so I mean you can just face tank that, unless it's 60 million attack for whatever reason. So like Brave Actor can be a
Okay.
threat. As for the C skill, literally anything that really helps you. Attack tactic can work, speed tactic can work, Death Tactic can
I was
work,
thinking of
Rest
a
Tactic
special
can work.
smoke. I was thinking of a special smoke.
Oh yeah, Special Smoke could work just as well, since you're basically using dragons and DC unit with not as much attack to you know, proc a good old size of star, so it would work pretty well together. I don't know how efficiently that would go though, because at the end of the day, if they don't have any charge to begin with, it does nothing to help you essentially.
Yeah. it's, it's something I need to play around to see how it works.
Definitely. Also, see you later, Tactician. And don't worry about it. I'll just cut the part it took for us to basically set you up. It's just going to be like 15 less minutes whenever the stream is going to be over.
Bye, Tactician.
Oh, and yeah, Jacob is also a savage, or rather Joker, as his name is.
Joker.
Joker is fucking great. A lot of his lines he just delivers with complete contempt to other people. Like, even if someone tries to compare himself to Jacob, he's like, fam, you don't do this. I'm clearly superior. But yeah.
So, well, the only thing, should I keep the plus defense or change it to plus attack?
Well, if you use him purely for arena support, you'll want either speed plus or def plus. I would go def plus personally, because that way, if you have def tactic, you can push your defense to 44. Which basically means you should be able to take 2 hits, even if they have 65 attack, unless they proc a special. So it would basically be the best way around it, because if you're dealing with dragons, you have water sweep. If you're dealing with melee units, you have a good chunk of defense.
Okay, nice. Well, I think that's about it.
Yep.
See ya.
See ya. I am now going to pick someone else. Give me a moment. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, Jesus Christ. I'm going to reset a new one. It's weird hearing myself. Oh, lamb, you sweet summer child. I know that feeling all too well. When I started making videos on YouTube, I despised my voice so much. I hate my voice because it sounds so different from what it sounds like when you speak. Because when you speak, you can just feel it reverberate on your bones. And as a result, it kind of just changes the voice a bit. So you can be a lot more comfortable to that voice, and then when you hear something that's meant to be you have a completely different voice, you're like, what the hell is this? It's super confusing. I can't forget Joker's gun. To kill that poor orphan boy. What? Oh, god damn it. Wait. No, it isn't. For a second I was like, are you making a Persona 2 reference? Because yes, there's a Joker in Persona 2 as well. But no. I like your voice. Well, thank you. It's just, personally, it's a voice that requires some getting used to. I'll say that much. In general, it will take you some getting used to. Yeah, same here. And then when I try to sound overly deep, people are like, oh, that's Jesus. Like when I speak like this. No, your voice sounded fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Winner is 2. Tenara-kun. Come on, boy. Yeah. I just, like, when I hear my voice, I feel like my voice is so deep that I'm like, ah, that's gonna be super hard to understand. Like, it sounds like I have almost an accent with how deep my voice sound. I don't like it.
Hello.
Hello!
Oh, hi. Give me a second. I have to go through literally a bunch of.
Alright.
There it is. Alright, being sent to the Discord right now.
Good old Discord taking forever sometimes.
There you are. Hi,
Je-
chat.
Jesus Christ, there's so much Def Plus units. I think that's like number 5
I just did this because
out of
Steady
8.
I honestly did this because I didn't have bracing stance, so.
I mean,
And
if you're using Steady Breath at the same time, you could just go Res Plus with Steady Breath. That's 35, 36.
That's true. I also didn't know. I also did it just to get a little more damage out of I have Ether. That's right. I used to have Bonfire on him because I also run a Woe Dao set.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
So basically, the whole point of this was just.
Well,
I
give
basically.
me a sec. I don't have it on screen yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the.
There we go. Got it.
All right. Basically, the whole point of this was to just enemy phase everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right, considering his weapon is enemy phase exclusive, basically. Does nothing in other phases.
I run him with a bunch of other tactics, so that's why defense tactic is on the C slot. Otherwise, I definitely run a wave skill. Either run attack wave or probably res wave.
I guess that's mostly because he's a bonus. He's like a arena unit in that case, so you're buffing the arena bonus unit, because otherwise he would be the one that wants to have a def buff.
Yeah.
Well, actually, with Def Plus, you can just have Steady Breath with Rest Tactic, and you have 38, 39, so that's just as fine. Though if you go with Rest Plus, you'd have 35, 36, which means 41, 42, which means 45, 46 with Tactics and his weapon. So it would be better overall.
Okay.
Still, if you're using him with like someone else with Def Tactic, it works just as fine with this set. It's just you'll have more depth and res. You'll have a bit less mixed tanking potential.
I also because I don't have any of the bonus units in AR this season, which is gonna end. I think it's already ended, but
Yeah, I think it ended like 3 minutes ago.
Great. But in this AR season, I literally just I put him on a team with new Elliowood, and I just used my regular units, and he soloed a lot of maps. And I just sent him in, and he literally destroyed the rest of the units. Sir did nothing.
Yeah, that sounds about right when I use Rid in general, because it's just you hit one thing and then everything just dies because of the attack smoke, which probably would be your best bet in this case.
It was also I'm honestly just trying to. I'm focusing my attention on other units right now, but I've also been like whenever I get a new unit, I'm like, okay, is there anything I can put on Roy? Because like I have a Yilger that I used I basically did what you did. I leveled her and then I used her for the Dragon Flowers.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I have a free Yilger to use. So.
I mean, Elgar doesn't really have fodder that's really amazing to use for this type of unit. Like I said, Attack Smoke is probably your best bet when it comes down to C-Skill. Because he's meant to be a bulky unit, right? So if you kill something and you debuff everything by 7 attack, what does that have?
Nothing's gonna give you any damage.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have Res Plus, Res Plus and Steady Breath, that's you're looking at 35-36. Your weapon pushes that to 39-40. Tactics push that to 45-46. And then attack smoke pushes that to 53-54. And then close death on top of it against melee foes will push your death to 59 and your res to 60.
Not even counting any bonus doublers I have.
Yeah, like a bonus, like having a more fort than your enemy, or being a bonus unit, or anything of the sort. So yeah, you become a very strong enemy phase that way. It's really just you want to have res plus over def plus if you want to have more mixed tank potential overall.
How would I go about that? Because he's already plus 10. Do I just get a new Roy and try to plus 10 that one?
No, you just find a res plus a Roy, you 5-star him, and then you take the plus 10 and merge it into it.
Oh, it transfers all the merges?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good.
And all the skills too, so...
Yeah, that's good. So all I have to do is just level him. That's fine. I actually may have a couple. I got res feathers. If I ever do get a plus res boy, then I'll definitely try that.
Another thing you can do is run DC and Null Sea Disrupt with this type of set. Because that way you could just absolutely demolish Veronica on top of it.
And if I run Nah, I still get the breath effect.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't have Nah yet, so I'm just
But do keep in mind, Infantry Spur is terrible in AR offense. Because in AR offense, a lot of times, you're just going to have a mage that's going to be able to zoop in and kill whatever's behind Roy. Because they don't tend to be nearly as bulky as your Roy is. In which case, it's kind of like, well, it's kind of a waste of time. So, obviously, as a result, you're better off just... keep that for stuff like Arena, stuff like PvE maps in general. But in there, you're probably better with just drives and tactics. If you have like one tactic and Azura, then you're better off with drives.
I run a Robin on his team because I don't have yet. I don't go. I usually don't go for blue.
I know the pain, because blue doesn't really get any good units nowadays.
No, like if there was, I don't know. I guess. I don't even know which unit I would want as legendary. That would be like a blue unit.
The only blue unit that's really good that's legendary is Tiki. Like that's going to be really timeless and useful in every mode. It's really legendary.
Yeah,
Tiki.
I've experienced bonus double Tiki in Arena. And, that's why. Stole the entire map. Why don't you?
Have you seen my legendary Tiki to AR? Can you imagine with bonus doubler on top of it?
Yes,
I'm just like, oh hey, can you do a mug battle with my team? Legendary Tiki. Everything just dies. I'm literally
against dragons. What's that?
I'm literally using 2 units to solo the dude's map. Let's add bonus doubler to that because it's not strong enough otherwise.
I literally had like a full team of effective against dragon units. I put my Tiki on there. Literally none of them did any damage. It was so great.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like
I think was a Julia.
I did Arena with like with Tiki this week, and I kept seeing Roy doing literally 0 damage. But don't worry, legendary Tikis also were doing no damage.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your last stream. Like,
It's just like
you did like 0 damage to you, and you just
it's like ting.
one shatter
Oh,
the screen.
oh no no no! And then you just see me do 50 times 2 or some shit. But yeah, like legendary Tiki is really good. Naga is also good, but that's not really a legendary unit. Legendary Lucina is decent. Ephraim is
I'm
a good.
honestly thinking about getting her at some point, just because I want to see what shenanigans I can pull with Future Vision.
Yeah, Future Vision is a fun skill, if anything. A bit cancer to deal with, just because Swap
Yeah.
is so strange to deal with. But, yeah.
Well, I run Swap anyway, so I'm used to using Swap.
Yeah, Swap is not the issue in itself, it's more like when the AI uses Swap, it doesn't seem to know whether or not they should use Swap or not. And sometimes
Yeah,
they
it's-
use it. That's just... Okay, cool.
But I've seen Ophelia deal about only 10 damage and not be able to double when this guy has a bonus double. It was great.
Yeah, I can imagine. Though bonus doubler does nothing against the AoE damage itself, it does lower the damage in combat.
No, but still, it was it's great.
I can imagine.
And then I just aethered her to kill her, and I won that match.
Yeah, the best part with Aether is that if your unit is so bulky that you actually struggle in dying, then
My only issue,
the time you actually do lose HP, you just heal it back up.
yeah, that's my ultimate problem with him, is that I honestly have trouble killing some units, which if I try to use an LHP, that's my biggest problem. Which is why before I used to want like quick and pulse Aether just so I can actually kill some units.
Yeah, the problem is that you will miss kills, and then they just dance the unit, and then you have to deal with a second AoE or some shit, and then
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want this.
I don't want to die.
Well, and then the person is just like, I wish to perish. I wish to commit kill. Anyway.
Yeah, so, well, thank you for having me on. I really don't have anything else to say about him.
Well,
Unless you got something.
no, I basically said my piece. But, yeah, that was nice. So, going to move on to someone else now.
Alright, well, thank you for having me on.
Anytime.
You have a good day.
You too. Alright, so... Encounters Ophelia me seppuku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the next one is... Nartoran? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I think it's pronounced Narforayon. If... I might be butchering this, but yeah, do come in the... show me your build waiting room. Oh, okay. Hello. Or, okay, yeah, it just pushes you back into the waiting room. I'm just going to go in the waiting room then. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Oh.
Hello?
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 Hello? Hello?
Hear me? Oh.
Yeah, I can.
Great.
I can.
Is my mic fine?
Yeah, your mic is... Well, I hear static, but it's not, like, drowning you out.
Hello? Oh.
Hello? You okay? It does seem to cut you a lot, though.
Oh, I can't hear you on Discord, but I can still hear you in the stream.
Sorry, what? I can actually hear you, it just... Sometimes you cut when you speak. Like it cut mid-sentence.
Well, at least that's something. Give me a second. I'm going to post my build in...
Alright.
Where was it?
Show me your build text channel, it's just above the voice chats.
Is it the text channel?
Yes. You'll see other builds there, that means it's the right place.
There we go. Yes, there.
Okay.
That should be it.
That's actually similar to the way I built mine. Interesting. That's... Wait, what the hell? It went in the wrong place for some reason.
I guess you have some expertise in this particular build.
Mm-hmm. This is build number 9, by the way, guys, so I'm going to do another 3 after this, and then I'll call it a stream. This is a lot easier for me to do, though, than whenever I do I do this without a stream, just because since I just go with the flow, it's a lot easier for me to do it, just do it, essentially, than just being like, okay, I have to select builds. If that makes any sense. Alright. Sounds Australian?
Have you found it yet, or?
Yeah, I found it. It's on it's on the stream now.
Excellent. So yeah,
well
guess
then,
you can already
problem number 1, Fury.
No,
Yeah, that sounds
no.
about right.
Not at all. German, actually.
Yeah, I was like, that's not Australian. I've met people that were Australian. In fact, I work with people that are Australian, and they don't sound anything
Fury
like that. Because Fury makes you lose health, and Special Fighter is dead once you're lower than 50% health. So at that point, you're better running like a speed bond in your A skill as well, like attack speed bond.
But I just heal that back with Ether, don't I?
Yes, but it's not consistent. If it's just the recoil you're taking, yeah, you'll be fine, but it's not going to be too consistent is the issue. Speed res bond makes sense, Joey, to be honest. It actually pushes our bulk to be more even, and also improves our speed so Special Fighter is more consistent.
You think I'll take significantly?
Well, it's just like, for example, if I'm, say, fighting you with a ranged unit, first off, you don't get to proc Aether. 2, if I use blue units that do like 10, 15 damage, you'll be out of Special Fighter before Aether procs. And 10, 15 damage is not that hard, to be honest. Don't overestimate your bulk all that much, especially since you have Fury. It's very, very easy to push that out, which can be a problem.
Because that was actually an issue I ran into when I wasn't using Fury. I just wasn't taking any damage, so I never got the effect from my weapon.
Maybe Life and Death would be ideal then. Ironically enough, because Linico is in the chat, but yes, Life and Death could actually work here. It would push your bulk down a little, but it would also mean that
Life and Death?
yeah,
Really?
it would. So it's easier for you to take damage, but you also have more speed for Special Fighter, making you more consistent.
Quite a bit.
What?
I mean, I would be at 40 death.
You'd be yeah, 40 def and 41 res. Which means you're still pretty bulky. You're still pretty bulky, and your speed would be pushed up to 42 without buffs.
Yes, that's...
And on top of that, 63 base.
But
Wait, no. It's 34. No, 39 speed. 39
but
speed.
having above 50 defensive stats sounds...
The thing is, Fury can fuck you over. Life and Death won't really fuck you over. It will make it easy for you to take some damage, so your weapon can carry over, which is good, but at the same time, you'll have so much bulk that, well, at that point, you'll take very little damage, and Aether can heal you back up at that point without the recoil potentially fuck you over. Because the thing is, even if you get hit by just ranged units, you're going to lose HP, even if they do 0 because of Fury, which can push you out of Special Fighter, which can be a problem. No, it's 40-30. It's 40-41 Lunico because speed res bond.
If I run her with like a healer, that would solve
Yeah,
that issue.
yeah. With a healer, you could actually solve the Fury issue as well. It's just Life and Death will be more consistent at keeping your HP high but not full, if that makes sense. Because a healer might overshoot the healing and then you're back to full. And then the problem with that becomes it's just since you overshoot and full heal, Demonic Breath will not work anymore, which means you lose 4 across the board.
Running Life and Death.
Hmm? Sorry, what did you say?
Sounds just kind of weird running Life and Death on a...
Oh, believe me.
Such high defensive stats.
Yeah, it's very strange. Some units can really make it work. Like, for example, Quan is a really good unit with Life and Death. Because, well, first off, Gable completely reduced the fact that you lose defense. But it also pushes the speed if you're speed plus in the 40s. In fact, almost... Actually, mine hits 45 speed right now. So that gives you an idea. You can do the kind of same thing here. It's just more consistent is the thing. Because then, if you have a buff, that's 45 speed. Then if your weapon is on, that's 49 speed. At that point, it's almost overkill. But it's actually fairly solid, beside the weapon can actually backfire and just not be working because you take so little damage. But it's still a good option. It's kind of weird to really be recommending Life and Death for this, honestly. But it does work with this set. It's just not very intuitive.
Not one I would have ever considered, but...
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. At first I would not have expected Life and Death either. Attack speed bond is also an option, but like you said, then you struggle taking damage.
Like maybe
Speed res bond is pretty decent because it makes your bulk even. It also pushes your speed up, which is just ideal, honestly. It's really hard to find anything that would help you more. Especially if you run Life and Death, because then the 5 res is a lot more helpful at that point. Life and Death is also a lot better for stuff like Aether raids, where you tend to tank not one unit, but like typically multiple. So Fury can actually backfire a lot more as a result. Yeah, Legend put it in the best way. It's like you want to be a tank, but you also don't, because if you're too much of a tank,
instead of Fury running something.
Yeah, like if you're too much of a tank, then you don't get in the range to get 4 across the board. And at the same time, if you're not enough of a tank, then you die too quick. It's a bit of a strange thing. Idun is in general a very weird unit to use. I use a very similar set, though I tend to use more like Fortress Def Res. And it's more like, if I take damage and so be it, I get more stats. Otherwise, I'm just trying to go out of my way to get panicked. But it's very similar. I just don't use Speed Res Bond. Instead, I've used Speed Smoke.
Is there any ability right now that either panics or damages myself?
The reason why I want my Idun to get panicked is because her weapon negates panic and gives her 4 across the board when she is panicked. It works just the same with debuff, panic, prevents you from attacking back. Like any status effect just gets completely denied.
No, can you somehow give one of those to yourself? Or an ally to you?
Oh, you mean like, can you have like an ally panicking yourself? Or panicking one of your units? I don't think so. But in stuff like Aether Raids, there are so many places where you can just go and just get panicked.
Yes,
So as a result, it's not too difficult to do.
That's true. That's true. And the armor, anti-armor building, Versa everywhere. Yes,
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so many ways to get panicked. It's insane.
Just But giving up so much rest or life and death would really hurt her when it comes to taking AoEs, wouldn't it?
Yes, that would actually hurt you on that result. Though in general, red tanks are a bit iffy in Aether Raid, since most of their bulk will typically always be in combat, and that's not taken in consideration. Like for example, if you're dealing with Ophelia right now, okay, and she has 60 attack, you're taking 24 damage from her AoE. Unless you're buffed up by, say, Rest Tactic. The thing with Life and Death, though, is that you'd still have 46 Death and 47 Res. If you have Death and Rest Tactic. While also pushing your speed up, which would be upward to 45 speed if you have a buff in it. Which cannot be negated, mind you, because if you're dealing with anything like panic, it doesn't work against you. Though I guess it does negate the buff itself, I think. Still. Other than that...
I think so too.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, you just don't get the buff.
You're prevented from losing stats.
Yep.
But not from having panic itself.
Yeah, I think so too as well. If your weapon is active, and you have like tactics on you, you actually hit 50 def and 51 res with this, with life and death, while also hitting 49 speed and 68 attack. So actually no, 70 attack. Oh, gotcha, Gauso. I'll do you next, since you know you did come up first.
Perhaps I should mention right now I mostly run her
with who?
Legendary Tiki, and she runs a pretty similar build actually.
Yeah, Tiki is basically the same thing, but with Fortress Def Res.
Has skills.
Oh, you run Fury on Legendary Tiki as well?
It's basically the same build, except different C and S skills and of course weapon.
Fortress Defres will do you a lot better on Tiki. Take it from me, I use a +10 Tiki all the time. She is literally always in my core for legendary, for AR in general.
I'd love to use that, but I don't really have fodder for that.
That's fair. I mean, you can just wait until you have it.
Idun, I'll merge them, and
I mean, Cliff has it.
What else I do?
Cliff has Fortress Defres. That's the one I foddered like 3 times in one fucking week. Because I wanted Fortress Defres on Legendary Tiki, Rayson, and New Year Guntra.
Never got him.
Well, I mean, he's probably going to come back. I mean, his fodder is amazing, so he will come. He will definitely come back at one point. Oh, GS. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. Fury will backfire sometimes, so it comes down to, I'd say, test the water with both of them, and if you
basically just life and death instead of Fury.
Yep. Because the rest looks all fine to me. So yeah, I think I'm going to move to someone else now. Otherwise, Jesus Christ, it's been 2 hours and a half.
Interesting to say the least, but guess I'll give it a shot.
Let me know how it goes. I'm actually kind of curious.
Alright. Thanks for the advice. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime. Alright, we got the update. I got to stream late. Alright, so Hero, come in the waiting room. I'm going to move to After Fest stream now. Every character is Sakura. Ah yes, also Idun Sakura. Of course, GS, everyone is Sakura. Oh, okay, I guess Hero is going to be writing instead of talking. That's fine. Going to let him have some time to write. God, I really wish I could find the... Actually, hold on. I think I know where to find it. Shut. I think it's in this community tab. Somewhere. I think. Where is it? No, it's not here. God damn it. Oh, he actually has it on one of his thumbnail. Good enough. Hey, Lubu, this is what I meant. Jonathan, Brazens are a decent skill for Idun, and definitely would help her since you basically get no stats until you get to them. But at the same time, you're basically a sitting duck until you get there. Lubu be pulling the weirdest stuff. Yeah, I agree. Oh, actually, I should save this. Okay. Oh, God damn it. He changed the skin color. Yeah, fucking White Hell Bindi looks so strange to me. Oh, Hero, if you can... Oh, actually, never mind. You're here already. Alright, hello. Oh, never mind. It's another one of these that can't go in the live chat for whatever reason. So I'll just manually go there. Hello. Let me just set this up. Alright, I call this quick healing. The point of this build is heal quickly while doing massive damage. When Aether procs, the cooldown goes to 2 and can proc Aether in 1 turn of combat. Close counter to deal with melee units and even attack wave to do more damage. Okay, so one of the issue with this set, and that was kind of one of the reason I was not picking it in the last Show Me Your Build, is just the fact that it's kind of awkward. If you have to deal with Bolt Fighter, for example, it's basically only going to work against you, because it just basically means you have a dead A slot. But I guess it can kind of work otherwise. Just be wary that your res is very low. There's many ways for you to just die in one go, but you know. Blade Tome in general will actually fuck you over, for example. Other than this, it's kind of... Close counter in general is really awkward. It's the type of skill you really want on like armored units or certain infantry units, and then it's like you have to use a gimmick build because otherwise it doesn't work too well. I also switch it with Luna as well. Luna is probably the better one to go for, because you can just run no follow-up with Luna. Glory to Ground Veil. Nice. Nice. It's no disturbance in Augustria, but I do like that one as well. But yeah, Luna with no follow-up would probably go better with Close Counter, because it would be more consistent, especially in Arena. Outside of Arena, I guess that's fair. Aether can probably work in PvE content as long as it's not high-level PvE content. Because the main issue that high-level PvE content has is that they have too much health, so you don't kill anything, you don't get to heal enough. And sometimes their stats are so high you don't even get to double at all, so that means you get hit twice instead of once. This can be a problem overall, and can actually completely backfire on you. While Luna will, I mean, it's the same thing if you run no follow-up, but they won't have they won't be able to use stuff such as Red Sword, for example, Gyol, Mir's Weapon, Halloween Mir's Weapon, and so on and so forth. So yeah, if you have any questions, it's better to ask them now, or if you have anything to add. Time to rebuild my resort. I did have 180, 180, whatever you call that, the resource for the Aether Raid. Alright, sounds good. So I'm gonna move to someone else then. It's a cool idea, just it can definitely be a problem sometimes. And in PvE content, Brave Bow is king. As much as slaying bow is fun and all, better get your wife's bow for you to use. After all, Edain does give a Brave Bow to Jamke, so you know. Yeah, attack smoke would also be a bit better if you want to be a bit bulkier, and yeah, wave skill is also inconsistent in general. Attack tactic is a lot easier to work with. Attack smoke would definitely help overall. So yeah, I'm gonna move to someone else now. Anytime. Yeah, that sounds about right. Brave Bow is just very, very good on Jamke. It's by far his best weapon. And anytime. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Result is 2 for the 3rd time in a row. I think this is rigged. Ogie, are you around? Well, it's your turn now. Oh, hello.
I spoke you, Steve.
Oh no.
No, it's not Celica.
Oh, what is it then?
It's the spook you, Steve.
Oh god. I think you'll be a good friend with Joey.
It's dude.
Joey has a oh. It's a mum.
Yes, very. Also, can I like show you my Celica if you want to touch, like, because I fixed it. If you want to look at it.
Well, you'll want to pick one of the two.
All right, we'll just do DJ for now.
Okay.
So.
Let me just grab her out right now.
So basically, Deathblow is Quick Post is like there to tank mages and stuff. Iceberg is.
Give me a moment because there. It's not on screen right now. I'm trying to add it right now. Okay, there she is. Did I get outcast?
Yes, you did. So there's.
Okay.
My brother's annoying. So we have quick repose to tank stuff just in case we can't finish off, and then death blows to help with one-shotting things or like hitting things hard.
So
Also, my Corrin has infantry pulse, so that iceberg goes down to 2.
oh yeah, so if you double, you actually proc it.
She somehow doubled.
That's.
Ploy is just there. The speed play is there to help my Erica right now because I'm gonna change that to plus speed. She's neutral speed right now.
Oh, okay.
So.
To be fair, this set makes me think of the Deirdre I'm actually working on right now. I run Fury Desperation. Tried and true.
I also thought about Desperation, but I don't know how that would work.
Because the thing is, you get Fury, that's 32 speed. Divine Naga, that's 35 speed. Speed Ploy, that's 41 speed. If you have Speed Tactic on the team, that's 47 speed.
Oh man, that's a lot of speed. And
yeah.
I love my speed.
Yeah, I know that with your 60 plus speed Celica you posted that other time. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, trust me, I have the perfect idea that makes that even further.
I can already see Walt fearing for his life.
He is. Just pair her up with Berkut and then she's good. Fallen Berkut, 20 damage, boom.
Oh my god. Just run escape.
Dancer.
Can you imagine with escape route? Just teleporting around the entire map, just killing shit? If you could have that with Despo.
Yes. Desperation, that'd be amazing.
It's funny because that's how I used to use Julia at the start of this game on my second account before I gave it away. Julia had escape route and I was using that, just teleporting across the entire map because she had so much attack anyway that she would just be able to kill a good chunk of unit back then.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's not really working because, you know, Desperation is just so much better.
Power creep.
Yeah, power creep as well.
Power creep in a minute.
Look at me, I'm Corrin, and look at me, my name's Corrin. I have 15 every stats. Am I cool yet, Mom? Oh.
Look at me, I have Yato refined.
I can just imagine Mikoto taking a fucking club and smashing her in the face.
Oh, I killed my Mikoto for selling her. I got a Mikoto with a pity burger. I said, "You're dead."
No.
I killed it.
Mikoto is like the only healer outside of Brady I want to plus 10 outside of, you know, the Kisis, which I've already done.
Yeah. Looking at it now, I think 40 attack. I mean, with Fury, I think it'd be better for her. Because then she can also get into Desperation range.
Yeah. And she can easily get to enough speed for it to work.
With my, I was doing a change challenge earlier, and then I had, to finish off this Tiki. I put my, Celica next to Deirdre, and then she did this. Hold on, it's loading. She did that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Deirdre now is actually really solid.
I know, she's great.
I'm
glad I put her next to Celica, so then we can have more than damage.
You know, I'm actually kind of thinking of doing bonus doubler on mine.
I saw someone post like infantry breath. I don't know. I think that would I think speed play would work better. I also thought about changing speed play for res play, or something.
Well, if you're going to go the speed way with Desperation instead of quick riposte, you'll want speed ploy.
Okay. So if I keep this set, just change speed play to res play, and then if I do Fury Desperation, do speed play.
I would go speed res ploy for Fury Desperation, and for the Death Blow quick riposte I would go Rest ploy, attack ploy.
Let's play attack play. That
Yep.
makes sense.
Makes it easier for you to take a hit if you have to.
Oh yeah. Because you know, mages aren't fun these days.
They are cancer. Look at me, look at me, I'm Ophelia! I have 77 attack!
I have instant AoE and Aether raids.
Dude, I did A for raids yesterday on stream and I found an Ophelia with 67 base attack unmerged.
Oh my god.
Unmerged.
Crazy.
And then she's just like, by the way, I have a rally trap, so then I get danced by fucking Azura, the character everybody loved to see on an enemy team. The enemy! Anyway.
The enemy!
So she was sitting at 73 attack with an AoE ready. Like, it's like, what the fuck do you want me to do against this?
I just bait her out. I just have a sacrifice.
I have a 50 res unit. Oh wait, I still take 34 damage from the AoE alone.
Ugh. Ugh. Disgusting. You know, a res player, and then you'll be fine.
The thing... Actually, no. It wouldn't do shit. Because then she would just rally something else, and then get danced, and then the debuff's gone, and the panic is gone. Yay!
Yay, nobody likes you, Ophelia.
Well, the thing, Linico, is she had 67 attack because there was 2 Duma buffing her attack.
Ugh, Duma. Ugh.
The one thing he's not a wheelchair for is his attack buff on AoE users.
Duma's annoying.
I mean, Duma's a fucking joke, if anything.
I mean, it's just annoying to see. I mean, yeah, at this point, I mainly use DJ to, like, the tank mages or just a dragon pack. Because dragons are annoying these days.
If you go Fury Desperation, she can do a lot more than just that. Let me just tell you that.
Ooh.
There's a reason I'm going to be plus
like
10ing. I'm going to be plus 10ing her when she comes back for a good reason. I'll just put it that way.
Like that.
Keep in mind also Fury helps with her weapon, because it does give you 3 across the board if you have more res.
Ooh.
That's
a lot of damage.
And it also helps for your ploy to be more consistent. So, in general, Fury will help you a whole lot. Because in some cases, Fury will basically be Fury 6 at the cost of Fury 3, because your weapon will, because the fact that you have a bit more res will make the difference for your weapon to work on top of it, which is 3 across the board, just like Fury.
Oh, okay. So I have a question for you. If I were to get another Deirdre, what IV should set I should run on her?
Speed.
If I were to change?
Speed.
Alright, speed plus it is.
Because that's our main problem. Our base speed is a bit low, and mine is going to go for plus 10. So she's going to have 37 base speed with Fury. That's 40. With her weapon, that's 43. So
yeah.
At that point, I don't really even need to have someone out there to really support me, which is the best part about it, because it means I can use her in any team. It doesn't matter if I have a speed buff or not.
Doesn't matter if your support is on another team.
Yep. Which means you're a lot more flexible with said unit.
That's very interesting.
You know what sucks though?
What?
I used to have a speed plus Deirdre, and I merged her into an attack plus Deirdre because her weapon did not have a refine back then. So now I'm stuck with attack plus, despite the fact attack plus is not good anymore. Well, it's good, but not nearly as much as speed plus, which sucks because then on the other side there's fucking Julia, who is speed plus.
That's how I felt with my Celica. Before the merge update, she had minus HP, and I was really, really happy, and then the merge update said, no, we're gonna fix it. I also had a few other units who have the same issue. For example, my Winter Erica, she's plus speed currently, because before the merge update, she was gonna minus attack. I said that's not happening today. The merge update came out.
That's depressing.
I know. So I'm gonna probably have to roll for another one. just to fix that plus speed.
Yeah. That's gonna take some time.
Also, that plus defense kind of hits me. Pitiful 19 defense.
Ooh, baby. I mean, now you will be
So
able
I
to
think
tank up to 55 attack from dragons. Oh wait.
55. Oof.
It's like, oh
That's
wait,
if they're
because
not
the
buff.
Divine Naga hits res, it makes them hit a res. That's the joke.
Ugh.
So the dev doesn't really help. It helps against DC units,
True.
which at plus 10 does matter, but requires plus 10.
Yep. It's interesting.
But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about that Deirdre, so I'm gonna move on
Yeah.
to someone else.
Alright, thank you.
Anytime.
I will be making a lot more damage out of things now.
Yes, and you'll be able to double them, which kind of just makes the whole damage
Yes.
doubled.
Yes. And I like that.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, so thank you again, and I will do the damage proud.
All right.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Wouldn't Swift Strike work with Divine Naga? Yes, but then you don't get any damage against anything else. At that point, you're just better off running Steady Blow, but that requires killing a leaf or a something else that's 5-star exclusive, which would not be a good idea. So yeah, yikes. Oh, and yes, it doesn't actually work with Divine Naga because it's combat only, which is why Fury works better. Alright, so I'm going to reset the order for people to join in. So if you want to join in for one of the 2 people left, go on Discord and just write the correct emote. To kill things, to make Deirdre kill more things. Yay! Genocide! The best part about Fire Emblem Heroes. So I want to ask for you people, since, you know, the stream has been going for almost 3 hours, and we're waiting on people to post whether or not they want to join on the stream. But how do you guys feel about this live thing? How do you guys like it? Is it better or worse than the non-live version, or how is it? I'm gonna put the Fat Lady Sings if Liniko comes back. I really like this live, I like it. Okay. Yeah, the human factor, but it's like, there's nothing I can really do about it. Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to just basically be like, okay, so it is what it is. I can actually help. I can give feedback, but I can also ask how they feel, or rather how their team is set up to begin with. So there's only 2 people that have put the emote to join. Is there anyone else outside of these 2 people? Because I'm going to roll in a bit. Honestly, I was very scared to do this like this, since it does require people to join on Discord, and I'm very, very well aware that not everyone wants to be on Discord, but it's so much easier for me to have people on Discord that it's like, you know, might as well. Does that mean I can? No. If someone has already went in, then, you know. Oh wow, Luke actually got a really good refine. The fuck? Matthew is not great. Wow, Roderick, you poor son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. Dual range? Hermit's Tome is almost good. Almost. Yeah, Roderick's refined. Fucking darting blow, baby. It's like, you poor son of a bitch. Alright. Let me just roll. Alright, Joey, you're next. Are you guys ready for a thick accent? I'd say Luke actually has the best refine of the bunch. Oh, it's sad, but it's kind of just what it is. What do I do again? You go and show me your build waiting room. It's probably not going to be the effective refine, I'll tell you what.
What's happening?
Hello, Joey.
Hello.
Alright, how does he sound, guys? I'm kind of curious to see if his voice is too loud or not loud enough. Try testing.
Hello.
Did he talk? Okay, let me just... Yeah, that's what I expected.
10 people on the sub now.
Oh god. Try talking now.
Hello.
Is that still too quiet? Matthew got a blizzard dagger? Huh? Did he?
I mean, I can do chat. I can do.
Oh, actually he did. Oh, sorry. Okay, Matthew is actually not bad. Sorry. Go ahead.
I can do chat if you want.
I mean, whichever you're more comfortable with.
It's a bit late at night to be shouting.
Wanna try talking now?
I'm saying it's a bit late to be talking. It's 1 AM.
I mean... Oh, I'm kind of surprised you actually did, Luke. I was expecting you to do Canis.
So was I until about half an hour ago.
Well, no one did Canis. That was Durdry.
Plus, I was expecting Holgate to use Carnus anyway.
Oh my god. I do struggle to actually understand your accent sometimes.
I'll do text if you want, it's not a problem.
It would be a bit better, it would be easier for me to understand you, as the main thing.
I don't think there's too much to explain with this anyways, the chat's fine. Oh, sorry, text is fine.
At least it shouldn't be too bad, I want to say. Since I think since I think you're also on a computer.
No, I'm on my phone.
Oh, well, that's gonna take a while then. He has a Scottish accent. All these dagger units are getting Blizzard effect now. Well, I mean, the Blizzard effect, ironically enough, was an Arvis refine I've made 5 months ago.
So will I start texting now, yeah?
Oh yeah, if you want.
Well, I just leave this or stay in?
Stay in because I'm going to at least say things to you. So, you know, if you want to just listen to them on real time instead of waiting until they show up on stream, it's a bit better.
That's fine. Can I put my mic on mute and then I can still hear you?
Yeah, you can just mute it. Just don't defend it, because if you defend, you can't hear me either.
Okay. What button's that?
It's the microphone button next to your name at the bottom left.
Bottom left?
Let me just take a screenshot. See this?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
It's in the show me your build text chat.
Oh, right, okay. Alright, now I'm just on me.
What's this icon you have to click?
Yeah, I got you. Okay, that's fine.
There we go. Okay. So he's just writing what he's going to be saying about the unit right now, because I'm aware that his accent is very thick and actually difficult to understand sometimes. I like dagger units. I do think the Matthew refine is a lot less interesting than the refine I did for him, but it's still serviceable. It does run into the main problem that, you know, anything that relies on debuff on a dagger unit has. As for, if you're curious what the Matthew refine was, let me just... I think it was episode 10. No, was it episode 9? There he is. This is the refine I had made for Matthew. Thanks to the last time I heard Joey, I can understand him now. Well, I would expect steady blow instead of stance. Steady stance with a fire sweep weapon would be bizarre, to say the least. It just feels like it's a lot more interesting and better for him. The thing is, that way you can run, like, say, oh, I don't know, Brazen Death Res, and if Brazen Death Res ever gets a seal, you can get, like, double Brazen Death Res, and that's basically 14 attack, def, and res for him. It can be really strong, but it's fairly balanced overall. Just gives him more options, which is honestly more interesting than, Erder, look at me, I'm using those debuff as a blade tome, Erder. You know, even though it's a dagger, that's now ineritable, Erder. Yeah, Fortress Def Res would also be amazing, because it's just 6 attacks, 6 def, 6 res. For free. No cost. Still, I'm gonna be honest. Matthew did get something that I was not expecting him to get. I was expecting him to get something much worse. It's not ideal, but if you run it with Arvis, it can be a really strong, really strong dagger. What? The current summer banner? Ha! You act as if that's a good banner. Because if I'm being honest, it really isn't. Like, Lyn is very whatever. She's just going to be a worse Summer Takumi, which, guess what, was from the last year's banner. So who cares? Because she's blue, it just completely fucks her over. Then you have Dagger Cav number 1 and Dagger Cav number 2, which I will say Ursula is a really good design. Like, she looks really pretty. She actually has a very perfect artist for her. But then you go on the other side with Lilina, and I'm like, of course, can't be an FE6 banner without Lilina or Roy. Still, it's like, to me, it's just, her dagger's cool, if anything. Then you have Wolt. Wolt is Wolt. I mean, I'm glad to see an FE6 character that is not Lilina and Roy, if anything. And I'm actually impressed that we are getting that. Lyn is very whatever. I've said this a lot, a ton of times before, but the way I see it, Eliwood is a 9 out of 10, Hector is a 8 out of 10, and then Lyn is a 3 out of 10. I don't like Lyn as a character, so I tend to judge her a lot more harshly in general. And to me, considering most of her appeal nowadays is just more her sex appeal than anything, I have no interest in her. I've played through her stories, which was basically a... how can I put it? It was a fairy tale chapter. Let's just put it that way. I put Eliwood over Hector because Hector goes through shit. Hector goes through depression. Hector goes through a sudden change, but Eliwood goes through hell and back. Even more so when you realize, like, the main girl that he's meant to be with is Ninian. God damn, dude. It's ridiculous. I mean, am I wrong, Maze? It really did feel like a fairy tale episode to me because, it's just like, I've been poisoned constantly. Like, there was poison in my food in every meal for like, fucking 2 months. But don't worry, if my daughter tells me, get up and stop being sick, I just stop being sick. For whatever reason. Oh, and then you have an assassin that goes into Kaelin, I think? Wherever it is that he is. And it's like, cool. But that assassin fails to kill Lynn's dad, or rather, I don't fucking remember. It's just really stupid. It's like, nothing really happens. Like, that guy should have died twice, 3 times possibly. But oh well. Anyway, Joey finished writing, so... Yeah, Lynn's grandfather had like 2 times that he should have died, but didn't, because it's Lynn. Can't have any loss or character development. Anyway, so Joey says... Wait, do I have... Oh, let me remove this. So, Joey says... So, basically the point of my build for Luke is to get the kill in 2 hits. He sits at 51 attack with Death Blow 4, he gets to 59. Now 59 times 2 is already hitting really hard. You then throw in his weapon, Refine, and then get 6 attack and 6 death, which if the enemy has no buff will activate. 65 attack times 2. People are gonna struggle surviving that. I run Chill Death in his B skill to debuff the death of the strongest enemies. I need to check something about his weapon real quick, actually. Oh yeah, Lynn, I just saw Lynn's stat line. I can already say that despite having 5 more BSD than Takumi, she is worse than Takumi. Cool. If unit initiates attack... Okay, so it's just a Brave Sword. No, this is Joey I'm reading right now, Linico. It's the Luke that is on screen. Attack Tactic is there to give buff to allies, and Bonfire is used because I could still imagine it would be better than Draconic Aura. I hope to get more merge in the future for this overlooked boy. So, 15... You know, the worst part is if you have attack tactic on someone else on the team, you can push that attack up to 71. 71 attack with, what's that, 43 defense with 45 cav? That's actually pretty solid. You can even do the stupid Quicken Pulse Moonbow set. Or you could run Heavy Blade Moonbow because you would be actually able to proc that every time you initiates. So even if you're dealing with blues, you do just fine. At that point, you're just basically hitting an FE and still doing like 30 times 2. Second hit procs Moonbow, you kill her through like 60 plus HP. Take that, people. If there genuinely is people like that, all I have to say is most of the armored unit are green. She is blue. She loses damage against said green units. And then she gets one shot because her bulk is 57. 63 with bulk. With buffs. It's just not great. It's not great. It's not great. No. If Lynn was red, she would actually be great. But she's not, so, yeah. Anyway, overall that's a fairly solid set. I would just say Attack Tactics should be something that would be buffed by someone else, because he does gain a lot from the buff. And I would also say run Heavy Blade Moonbow instead of Bonfire, because Bonfire is cool and all, but you don't need an extra 21 damage to kill, do you? So it would probably be better to run Moonbow with Heavy Blade, because at that point you do just so much damage, you'd be consistently getting that kill. 68 attack with Moonbow proccing on every fight is just more consistently helpful. Legendary Lucina is the only good colored archer. I don't know if I agree with that. Then again, I don't remember most of the colored bows. She might actually be the best, in fact, but I don't know if there's anyone that's decent. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think you might be right. Oh, Niles! Yeah, Niles is also really solid. And Jacob! Wait, no, Jacob is not colored. I'm stupid. No, we don't have a red archer. So yeah, overall decent. I would just say, like, replace the seal for Heavy Blade and the special for Moonbow. Or if you feel like Moonbow will not give you enough damage, Glimmer. Because if you do 30 times 2, that's an extra 15 damage. And Heavy Blade will always proc because 68 attack is plenty at that point. Oh, I don't blame you, Jonathan. A lot of people don't really use him. He's really solid, but he does require a special fighter, which is expensive. But yeah, I don't think I have much else to say here. Just overall, changing Heavy Blade and Glimmer would probably be ideal. So yeah, I guess the last one is going to be Red Dead. How do you pronounce this? Red Dead. Okay, there you go.
Thank you very much, Jay.
Anytime.
I'll take my leave now.
I just hope that was helpful enough.
Thank you. It was.
Alright. See you later. Red Adder. Like that? Well, whichever. Just come in the chat. You're next. You're actually the last one for the stream. Sorry, this stream has been rather slow. It's 3 hours long. But it's just kind of how it is. Also, can I just say how much I'm disappointed that Ursula is the exact stat line I wished Guntra had? That's depressing. Well, except the fact that, you know, she has too much res and not enough def. Oh, nice. Congrats, Jonathan. Yeah, at least. It's just... my god. The worst part is I wanted to build a dagger unit for a while. So, Red, what you want to do is go and show me your build text channel, post the unit here, and join Show Me Your Build waiting room, the voice chat room. And we'll basically be talking about the unit in question. Does that sound cool? Does that sound cool? Even. Oh, hello.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I guess you're going to talk. I was going to say, like, if you don't know how to talk, you can just mute your mic. That also works too.
Okay.
It's just better that way for me to be able to talk to you, because otherwise there's a delay with the stream because it's a stream. So,
Okay.
alright.
Are we okay?
Yeah, everything is okay. I think you
Alright.
sound loud enough as well, which is perfect.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Well, I guess this is unit 13. Whatever, that's fine. Another.
Right. I don't know.
Another Def Plus unit. Jesus.
Yeah, I haven't had a plus speed unit or a plus attack one, so I haven't gotten any. My first one was plus res, and then the other two are plus defense. So I just went with the plus defense.
Yeah, plus defense is pretty ideal. It's kind of just funny because, well, I have 7 out of 13 submissions that are all Def Plus.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It kind of does sound like that is preferred right now.
Yeah, it does seem that way. All right.
So what do you think about my unit?
Well, how do you? Well, actually, give me a sec. I'm trying to find her so I
Sure.
can actually put it there. July, and there we go. All right. Try to explain also how you use her.
Of course, this is my lane that I use in mostly PvE content, which is like these abyssal clears, or when you're trying to get your blessings, or the what was that called, where you have the parrot mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where this is the build that I have for her that I mostly use right now. I have different builds for her depending on what I use her for. I use her for ether rates as well, and I have no seed disrupt on her when I use her on ether rates, because I use her to bait out the Ophelias or the Reinhardts or the Veronicas whenever I'm at ether rates.
I can imagine Ophelia getting you down to 1 HP very easily with this type of set, though.
Yeah, she has a lot of support from her teammates.
Yeah, so like she does 0 when she attacks you after.
Yeah, no, sometimes it does come down to half, and then Reinhardt like doesn't do squat. Veronica is, if she attacks first, then it's actually bad as well. But mostly those are the units I try to bait out whenever I try to I go for ether rates. I have the warding stance and seal, and because attack speed bond is pretty useless in ether rates because of Versa.
Yeah.
But that's what I have in her when I take her the ether rates. The image that you're seeing right now is her general how I have her most of the time. I have the flashing blade because I used to run flashing blade on her sacred seal, and once Marita came out, it was like a lucky pull. So I just decided to give her the flashing blade for, because it was nice that she was able to consistently do like 5 damage, because like
yeah, it does
her
carry
weapon
on to
gives
the
her,
AoE.
yeah.
The main issue here though is that attack speed bond and swift melee gear do not increase the damage of AoEs themselves, because it does not consider in combat buffs, only out of combat buffs. So you're using only 50 attack. So essentially, if you're dealing against someone with 50 defense, you do nothing. Well, you do 5 because flashing blade is true damage, but yeah.
Yeah, most of the time I do units that are have these ridiculous amounts of defense are usually left for somebody else. This is like, for example, Summer Micaiah. She could just like melt everybody, and what's it called? I have Tank Thea as well. It's a pretty unique build. I wanted to show that off, but I wanted to show this lane because It's one of the links that I've invested in. One of the units that I've invested the most.
Oh, I guess you're a Lin fan then.
Of course.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, I was like I don't
Fun,
know. I have
fun
yeah.
little
Tell me.
fun little fact since you like Lin. Lin is based off Ira from Genealogy.
Yeah, I seen the similarities. I really do like for example, I really like how I like both Lind and Ira. And when Ira came out and I was like really glad that she was a really good unit, you know, back in the day.
She's literally
I don't
my
know.
favorite character of Genealogy, and
Yeah.
Genealogy is my favorite game, so you can imagine how I feel.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But the
She's
problem
just
is that
the one thing I
uh
don't like about Lin is just the fact that she's so lighthearted, despite our granddad almost dying twice, and one of them was almost an assassination, which that's always fun. But
yeah,
they
that's the thing though. I think they try to diverse from the fact because Lynn's character development is really radical in Fire Emblem 7. You know, she goes from first a very sociable character to very distrustful to vulnerable to like helpful because I don't know if, in Hector's route, you know, that's the only part where you see both Hector and Lynn at a very vulnerable state. In Eliwood's route, you know, like how you said, Eliwood goes through hell, and Hector and Lynn are there, like putting their happy masks on.
Yeah.
But on Hector's route, you can actually see Hector's agony and Lynn's struggle with herself because I don't know if you read the supports, but Lynn gets her ass kicked by Hector and she can't take it, you know, and then Hector gives her this meaning that not everybody is going to be used for the same thing, you know. And that's what I like about their support as well, because this is my the build that I am showing off is for that, because not every unit is going to be used for
Yeah, yeah. Like for
Aether Rage
example,
or arena.
my first plus 10, well, 5-star exclusive plus 10 was Ira. But will I
Uh-huh.
use her? Will I use her in AR? Fuck no. She's bad in AR. She's
Yeah.
insane in arena. She literally dispatched blue armored unit like it's nothing, even if they're on the death
Oh
tile.
yeah.
But
I remember she came out. She could just kills Fjorms like nothing.
I
She would
mean,
kill Effie's
I
like nothing.
literally
Yeah.
killed a brave Hector that was on a death tile in one round.
No. Yeah.
3
She's
times 2
fucking
turned
amazing.
into 64 damage.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, that's mostly.
It just
Fire.
I prefer Ira over Lyn for one thing, and it's just the fact that Ira, if you cross her, she will destroy you.
Oh yeah.
And she also
Uh,
clearly knows what she what she wants. That's one of the things I really like for her above Lyn, because it's like Lyn doesn't feel like she has a goal or anything. She just tags along for the sake of tagging along.
yeah, that's what I like that about her more, because it didn't feel like she was hogging Eliwood's spotlight.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
okay,
it
I
didn't feel like
guess.
the plot was like tarnished because of her, or
I
like
mean,
it
she
had
could
something
have
to prove
just
to her.
not been here, not been there, and it would have done the same thing.
Yeah, basically. But you know, I think she was more integral to Hector's route to Eliwood's. But I do
Hmm.
like the arcs that she had in her supports, and also how she's kind of more of a, how can I say, like how you said before, the first 10 chapters, the tutorial chapters were
Yeah,
more of a fairy tale story.
yeah,
But
basically.
to me, it feels like she's more like down to earth than everybody else, because she can get angry. She can like
I feel like
you
Ellie Wood is
know.
the most down to earth because every time that he feels something, you can feel for him because you can relate to him. If, well, to some extent, you didn't kill your wife essentially, but you get the idea. Like you know when he's in pain, you know why it is. It's very normal. It's very down to earth. And I think the only lore that's more down to earth is probably Leaf and Seliph to some extent, but hardly. Because Seliph is like this kid that basically got this entire thing just chugged at him, and he's like, I don't want to do this, but I have to. God, no. And he really wants to just run away and just not have to fight. But he knows that if he does that, he's kind of like betraying his dad. So he doesn't. And you can kind of relate to that as well. It's very down to earth.
Well, yeah, I think I like that too because, well, you know, first of all, it also like depends on like the real life situations where you can expect to do things to I don't know how to explain properly, but you're like everybody is supposedly proud of you, so they expect good things from you.
Yeah, so you want
And
to
if you mess
basically
up
deliver.
once, yeah, but if you mess up once, yeah, then you're totally screwed.
Leaf is
So-
also that way, but the thing with Leaf is that unlike Seliph, he's not like the heir of light. He's also not like blessed with major holy blood. He's basically minor holy blood of Balder and nothing else. So he's like this basically almost nobody character. Like he's about as relevant as Ira as far as blood goes. He doesn't have access to any godlike weapon. He only has like his mother's blade essentially, which is just basically a light sword. It's a light brand.
The light brand, yeah.
And it's not even a unique weapon. You can just trade that to anyone else and they can use it too. Or actually no, I don't think so for this game in particular. You can in FE4, but not in this game, I think. But like
In the figures, no.
But like it's like you look at that and he's basically like this nobody, but he still pushes himself onward. He still does so much because you know it's just very. That's why I consider Leaf to be the literal best Lord of the series. It's just he
No,
goes through
but-
so much.
I think what most people can definitely maybe not agree with, but most people have something in common is like the starter Pokemon syndrome.
Oh.
Because for example, you know, you have your starter Pokemon and you like pick one of them and you like keep it in your team forever.
Oh yeah.
And Fire Emblem was the first game for like everybody, you know. When it came to the West, like that's the first game they played. Like they played.
Ironically, Ironically enough, I played FE7 for the first time like a few months back. It was decided by my Discord, and that was the only reason I played it.
Oh, okay.
I had the
No,
most
like,
blessed Eliwood of all time, though, apparently.
Well, yeah, because he kind of does suck. Both Lynn and Eddie would suck in.
Well, let me just show you
in
mine.
Phase 7.
That was mine. I'm just also gonna
Oh.
post it in YouTube. Was literally soloing every fucking map.
Okay.
Look at his
Yeah,
health.
that is kind of crazy.
Look at his health. It's like mostly natural, by the way. Like I hardly used any items on him.
Nah, that is kind of crazy. Like no.
Yeah,
Conscious for.
I remember Zerk looking at my Eliwood and he's like, I think you have the most blessed Eliwood I've ever seen.
Yeah, those are like those kind of look like what's it called? Ephraim stats when he's like at max 2. Seth, I think his strength is like 29 or 30. Because he does have 26 skill and 24 speed when he's at he's capped.
All of those stats are capped except defense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's a pretty crazy Eliwood though.
But yeah, let's go to the build now.
Yes, of course, we drove off. But this is the build that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. You know,
Mhm.
she changes basically her B skills, and she changes her special. Her Blazing Wind is changed for Blue Flame when
Okay.
whenever she's not when she's not using Blazing Wind, and she's using Blazing Wind mostly in, like, for example, like how I said, in
I'm just looking at the set, and the first thing that comes to mind is replacing attack speed bond to attack def bond because you have way too much speed.
yeah, that's how can I say,
You don't need
it's
56 speed.
the Sacred Seal is very changeable, so I do change it a lot, like with any other skill that I had in play. I use a lot of brazen attack speed. I use the basic attack speed +2, and I also use attack def bond because like sometimes it is pretty high, but I seen some dudes in 8th raids with like 56 speed. But so
I mean, I don't think you'd be using bond in A for raids anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah. No, but if there is no, I mean not 8th raids. I mean like general arena or these crazy units that IS comes out when it turns in
Hello,
when
my
we go to
name
these abysmal
Corin.
maps. Yeah. So that's mostly the reason. But I do change the Sacred Seal a lot. I tend to change Blazing Wind for Blue Flame and Special Spider for No Sleep Disrupt. And Sacred Seal is very changeable. Like I could change it to any skill depending on the situation.
Yeah. With attack def bond, you can hit 40 def and 40 res, while also pushing your attack, which with much needed attack. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. No, but she with Blazing Wind she does get to like 40 or 50 damage, which most of the time I can kill swords with that.
I mean, if anything, the AoE and the fact that you hit twice is 15 damage, which is a decent chunk. The 50 attack will not mean much, because, I mean, if you're dealing with, like, say, 40 defense, that's just an extra 15 damage. It's still there, but, I mean, you do just the same with, like, just Flashing Blade in general. So, it's not nowhere near as consistent, I guess would be the best term to use. Blue Flame would probably do you better because it's just a flat 25 damage.
Yeah, I really do like Blue Flame a lot as well. But this is the Blazing Wind because, she's Lyn, she's Lady of the Wind. She's also Lady of the Salt, apparently.
I don't know about Blazing Wind for her being that good. I mean, I use Blazing Wind on my Brave Bow Jamkey, but he hits 63 attack.
Well, yeah, that's I think her Lyn buff is like 57. Because I do run Hone Attack 4 on my Azura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she does have 57. She does get to 57 attack with when Azura is on the field with her.
I mean, if I'd use Hone Attack, I'd hit 64 attack on my Jamkey. It's just not too consistent is the issue.
Yeah. No, like, but I do like Blazing Wind whenever I go to these abyssal maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blazing Wind in general is really good on those maps. I know Jamkey just one round KOs the entire fucking thing, which, I mean, as he does.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that's somewhat a threat are Vantage units. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, those kind of suck.
Like, I remember killing Illywood in one round on Abyssal, which... Okay. Which reminds me, I need to put that on YouTube. God damn
it. Well, yeah, Jay. Like, your videos are pretty. Your videos pretty good. You should post more of those or do more of these more often. I think it's pretty good that you.
I want to do one per month, if anything, because that's what I do usually, just one per month. Because the thing is, I'm not like someone like Sage Master where Sages can have a fuck ton of people that actually want to do show me your build. I'm just one dude and I don't have that many subs, so having people that actually want to come around at a specific date to come around and just, be on Show Me Your Build is a lot less common than this. Like, for example, if I'd count the submissions I usually get per month for Show Me Your Build, I was getting like 25 max. So 25, considering I do like 12 or 13 per month, 12 to 15. It's yeah, that's 2 weeks out of 4. It doesn't really work, does it?
Well,
So,
yeah, but I don't know if you can accept a little bit of constructive criticism.
well, I do.
Well, the thing is that your videos are very interesting, but I think it needs more appeal for it to reach a brighter to reach a wider audience. Sometimes they I feel like they can tend to drag on. You know, people who are probably
Yeah,
just seeing
I
videos,
try.
like,
I definitely try to not drag on nearly as much, and yeah, it's just kind of what it is. Sometimes I go more in depth because that's just how it is. But
yeah.
I don't tend to try to do that all that much anymore. I like the 1 hour video time that I was doing for a banner review. I'm not doing that shit nearly as
Easy
often.
stuff, yeah.
Because
You know,
first
unless
off,
people really wanna hear it, you know.
well, the thing is, like, I tend to go really in depth, but nowadays it's like it would just be just recycled content. There's no point at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get
But
what you mean.
that's the thing, Jay. Yeah. I really do like your videos, but yeah, some of the problems that I tend to, or the issues, is that maybe, um, I don't know. There's like a very flat transition between images, or
Well, I
the music
mean that.
in the background may not be too appealing. Because I think you put a lot of Castlevania right now, no, or I'm not really sure
I
what
have a
other.
grand total of 2 songs from Castlevania on my playlist.
Oh, okay. Because I heard it once. And I was like, oh, this guy's a real Castlevania fan.
I think you're confusing Castlevania with Rance 03, because Rance 03's playlist does sound similar. Like Ether, for some reason, I keep hearing people being like, that sounds like Castlevania music. I'm like, that's not Castlevania.
Well, yeah. No, the only
But
Castlevanias I played were Circle of the Moon.
to be fair,
And,
Ether is meant to be a vampire Dark Lord, so that's kind of the idea behind it. So I guess that's why it sounds like Castlevania.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, that's just my point or my take. I really do like them. I just feel like if you want to reach a wider audience, maybe you should be take a bit more of an appeal to a more general audience, because I think more
Well,
of these.
the thing is, I don't really want to become too popular, because at the end of the day, if I become too popular, I have less time for myself, and the thing is, I can't have that. That's also why I refuse to edit anything. Like, I've yet to edit anything on my videos. It's all live.
Oh, okay.
It's all live stuff that I do. That's why, like, sometimes when I change picture, it looks a bit flat, because it is flat.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be an animation. The thing is, I'm going back to school in literally 1 month. 1 month and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't have time to do that, and I don't have the time to start doing that.
Oh, okay. So, like, I don't know. It's more of a side thing, not this YouTube thing.
Yeah, I can't even make
okay.
I can't even make money from YouTube right now. So.
All right. Okay. I see what you mean.
Because the thing is, first off, if you want to make money on YouTube, you have to reach 1,000 subs. I don't have that, so I can't make money. 2, my content is not exactly on a broader spectrum. I tend to just give as much information as I can do myself, and that's just all I can do. Because if I start working on editing and all of that, it's just very difficult for me to work on that. Like, I know someone asked me, like, how about you do a top 5 of this game? And I'm like, it would look like shit. So I don't wanna.
Okay.
But it's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All
not
right, Jay. So, uh-huh.
not much I would say to
No, tell me.
change for this set. All I would say is just attack Death Bond would definitely do you better in general.
Yeah. Generally, yeah, it's a lot better.
Like even in abyssal maps, all the time, if you're dealing with something that you're not doubling with 51 speed, they are flyers. You're a bow unit. So who cares?
Yeah.
And like a bow unit with, what's that, 60 attack? 66 with an attack tactic buff? That's 99 against them. You'll typically do a fine job, because the flyers that tend to have enough speed tend to be the ones that have no defense. So yeah, it's not ideal.
I can solo many maps with this build, but I'm not sure if I haven't seen like really haven't tested play with attack defense bond. But that's the build that I run most commonly. But when I go into Aether Raids, it's a different build, depending
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, obviously because it's Aether Raid.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is my unit. I do plan to plus center at some point.
Well, I'd imagine if you've killed a fucking Marita for this on top of a Keaton / Lewin on top of a New Year Guntra.
I've killed I don't know, I think I've killed like 10 people.
Oh
I've killed Owain, I've killed Morita, I've killed Mia, I've killed what was her name? I'm sorry, Nyla.
Marita.
I've killed Gunthra.
The Kuntra is what gets me, because I plus 10'd her literally last month.
Yeah. So I have killed a lot of people for her, because I've been trying like to experiment in some things, but yeah, I do. Oh yeah, I've also killed Keaton, because I really don't like Keaton.
Yeah, for Special Spiral.
Yeah, for Special Spiral. Yeah, and but yeah, that's the units I've killed for her. But I do plan to plus center. But if IS keeps releasing more, I don't know, more Lins.
I mean, might as well, because she's a wind unit. So if she's plus 10 during wind week, you'll always score amazingly.
Yeah.
Which is good. I have a plus 10 Rid myself, so I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, Harid is pretty good too.
Rid is literally the best wind unit, and literally one of the best legendary unit altogether, actually. Like, easily top 3. That weapon is so good with this stat line, it's insane.
Yeah, and especially the ability comes with, I don't know, I feel like they really went on up that guy.
It's really ironic, because like the set that he comes with is basically the best set. You just have to switch the skill to Gale Force.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe that's it for this stream. This almost 4 hours. This almost 4 hours. Show me your build stream. And anytime.
It was fun. Like it was pretty fun. Thanks a lot. I sure had a great time talking to you.
Yep.
And what's it called? I do hope you do these more often, so people can actually learn from different builds, not just cookie cutter builds from Game Press or.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is like show me your build number 11 or 12. It's just the first time it's live instead of me taking submissions and making a video out of it.
Yeah, but yeah, it did kind of work out. Like people, you can hear people from all parts of the world, and it's pretty interesting how they have their take on their hero.
Yeah,
and
it is really weird to go from someone that has a French accent to someone that's Scottish to someone that's from the U.S.
Yeah. But yeah, sure. It was great. It was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
You and me both. Alright guys, so I suppose we're going to call it here, guys. Almost 4 hours, oh god. I have like 20-something minutes to remove, because I can somewhat edit through YouTube and just cut off parts that are not really important. So I'm gonna have to do this after it's up, and yeah. Hope you guys had fun while I did this. I'm going to leave a poll on Discord whether or not I should continue doing this live or doing it like I used to, which is just the not live version, essentially. So, hey, if you guys enjoyed that, well, you can vote for it on Discord. So yeah, a nice one, everyone. Jesus, it's 4. I'm sorry, Pierre. I think I'm gonna try to start it earlier normally. That's also one of the reasons why it's always the first Sunday of each month. By the way, if you're curious about Show Me Your Build, it's always the first Sunday of each month that's going to be the Show Me Your Build. Because that way Sunday is a bit more open for everyone. I try to make it 4 p.m., 5 p.m. depending on well, how I feel. But yeah. Other than this, I suppose that's it. Have a nice one, everyone. See ya. Yikes. Go to sleep, dude. See ya.